say it's holy. Can't get this off my lips. You love me with devotion. You don't kid me when I trip. Yeah, I need a sip from the river. Just wanna get what you give it. Give me unlimited vision and see through the counterfeit. I want the realest. Where he come from, you can't get that with a PJ. It's so full inside this house, I feel like DJ. I can't fight it, let your light come shine on me. Yeah, ain't no hiding, I'm confiding in your peace. Yeah, hey, carrying buckets of shame. Father, I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant, this is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain, he poured it over every stain until he coming. Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame. Glory to the Father, you deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar, wash away my shame. I just turned a milli down to be home with my son. Y'all don't get it, I can't gain a thing if I've already won. Still don't get it, I was
all right. Good morning.
This is life or death. I ain't making music just for fun. Glory
welcome
to your
in.
name, Father, I pray that your kingdom come. And when Satan's on my heels, I pray it's Nike with the run. Make my heart beat more like Hezekiah.
All right. It's goody. How y'all feeling? Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's do it. Let's do it. How y'all doing? Happy Wednesday. Welcome in. Welcome in. Let's get started. Let's get started. Cheers. All right, I think we're good to go. Let's do it. Welcome in. Welcome in. Z Gamer in the house. What up, Z Gamer? What up, Tamra? Douche Trey in the building. Issam is here. What up, what up, what up? Energy in the house. Yanosh in the building. Oh, Clubhouse motion. Clubhouse motion. What up, y'all? How you guys doing? Welcome in, welcome in. Good to see you guys. Good to see you guys. Let me just lower this a little bit. Happy Wednesday. Hope everyone's doing well. Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Louis G is in the house. Clubhouse got motion. Rob Trades here. What up, Rob Trades? What up, Billy's Lost? PJ in the building. Yeah. Kunal in the house. Oh, Batman. Oh, did I see I think I seen CD Batman. Yeah, CD Batman. Oh, snap. What up, OGH? What up, Bryce? What up, everyone? Welcome in. Welcome in. I hope you guys are doing well. Let's see what we got going on here on Goldie. Yeah, damn, motion. Let me just organize myself over here real quick. We'll rock and roll. Rocking and rolling, man. How y'all doing? How was everyone's sessions? Hope you guys are doing well. Seen London and pre-New York trades in both sessions. What's goody? What up, Lee? What up, Carlito? AJ? Archie? What's good? Nate G in the house. What up, Serge? What up, Jen? Good morning. Yanosh, how we feeling, brother? How we feeling? What up, free man? Free man in the house. All right, let's go ahead and get started here. Let me just do one more thing. Boom. Excuse me. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Yeah, I think we're good to go. Perfect. All right, let's settle in. Let's pray here, and then we'll rock and roll here for the day. Y'all ready? Let's do it. Father in heaven, Lord, I thank you for this opportunity to sit here, Lord, to gather together with this group. Lord, I pray that you would make this group strong and courageous in the Lord. Let them mount up with wings like eagles, Lord, like your word says. We thank you for your promises. We thank you for what you're doing, for preparing the way for us. And Lord, we just give you all the glory for being with us here, blessing our session today. And we thank you for the work you're doing and give you all the glory in Jesus' name. Amen. Wow, completely forgot I got to get a new microphone stand here. Yeah, W. Praise God, man. Amen in the chat. Amen in the chat. What an amazing thing to see. You guys are crushing it at this point. It is super cool. Let's begin here. We're gonna take a look at the news that we have coming up here, or today or tomorrow. Doesn't look like we really have much coming in. I think the main thing today here on this lovely what is today, the 21st? Yeah, 21st day of May, is just crude oil inventories. That's pretty much it. We might get a little push around from that, but overall we're pretty clean here today. So it is the 21st of May. It is another day, another opportunity for us to just practice discipline, practice the trading plan, keep the 8-figure trader mindset at the forefront here today, and take what the market's willing to give you, right, according to your profitable trading system. So let's go ahead and begin. Let's open up the charts, take a look at the technicals. If you guys can, you know the vibes, give the stream a like here, a sub to the channel before we get rolling. Let me know how the music is. Should I lower it, higher it? I think it should be okay, but y'all let me know. What up, Chill Spot? What's good, GT? J-Ski, how we feeling, man? Music good? All right, bet. All right, let's jump into it then. This is gold here. Let's go over to the daily time frame and let's talk about what we got going on here. So we did close strong bullish yesterday, right? So this is yesterday's daily candle here. We ended up pushing through these highs, making our way up, and basically we've filled the gap at this point, right? So kind of moved up very strong towards the tail end of yesterday, right? I think you know, when we were sitting here yesterday, we were trying to push through here, and then throughout the afternoon it looks like we just got a major push up there. So nice move there on gold. We're continuing to move bullish here, right? We've kind of created this lower wick, and we're just continuing to move bullish. Where can we go? I mean, we got room, right? We got room. We probably come into 3360, somewhere around this area, maybe even like 3339, somewhere in this zone here. So I think there's still room to go on the daily if we're gonna keep the bullish momentum here. So I do see a wick. So let's see what that wick looks like. Yeah, it looks like we have a 4-hour closure. So we did get a bearish 4-hour closure, but I don't know how much I'm buying that, right? So clearly we need a pullback on the 4-hour chart, right? So I am open for sells today to kind of get involved in that counter trend trade, you know, maybe back somewhere into these ranges over here. We could see price come down, and then, you know, short it down towards like, what is this, 3280-ish, right? And then maybe look for more longs at that point. But I'm also very bullish here on gold too, right? We could easily just break these highs, do some sort of a 4-hour celery play, and then just continue driving up, right? Like something like this here. So, you know, we'll see what's going to happen. I'm open for both buys and sells here though. But let's take a look at the 1 hour. 1 hour is in a little bit of a range. It looks like we just closed. We closed like not doji, but weak bearish here. We got a support sitting right here to the left hand side at 3310. You have resistance sitting right here at 3316, and that's kind of the range that we're trying to move out of here on the 1 hour chart, right? Keep in mind the 4 hour is bearish, so price may be trying to move down to fill this wick down here, right here, on the 4 hour chart, right? Because if we're gonna make that push, we should break these lows, fill the wick, and then we can continue down. But if you don't get that closure, right, and you end up closing back above here, there's a very high chance that, like I said earlier, the 4 hour is gonna do that celery play type of deal, and you're just gonna see price continue moving bullish today. So I'm open for both of those. There's no answer to my question right now based off of this candle, right? So I think if we can get like 30-minute closures above here, I think everything looks good. I know you have these two resistance here, but again, that's going to be your 4 hour now, breaking through these highs and making that move there. So the buys are decent above 33.15, above this 15-minute chop. And then if you want, I mean, probably the cleanest buys of the day are going to be above 21, right? So you can hold your zone there, and I think at that point we'll be continuing to fill that gap. up. So yeah, and that's the 1 hour resistance. I think I'm pretty cool with potential closures above here on the 15, just because I'm very, very bullish on gold. I think this 4 hour candle can make its way up, right, if we start flipping bullish now. So yeah, we'll see what happens, how the closures look. Maybe 15-minute closures, maybe 30 closures, but all in all, this is kind of like the range you're chilling in on the 1 hour, and we're going to need some sort of a push out of here to get some direction now. So that's pretty much what I'll be looking at here. 15-minute really, really ranging, so you want to wait for a closure. So we'll see what we can get at like 8:15, 8:30, and then go from there. Cool, cool. Pia Magnifico, what's good, brother? What's good? Hello, I am Chicken Curry. Hey, hello, Chicken Curry. How you feeling, brother? How you feeling? How you feeling? What up, Jason C? Big Green in the house. Let's get it. I'm drinking green excess just for green today, just because I appreciate them. Above 21 would break the daily highs. Yeah, 21. Yeah, above 21 will be the cleanest today. So let's measure these ranges here real quick. This is a 60 pip range. Up to 21's 130 pip range. So that's my reasoning behind all like getting a little aggressive here today. Plus, if we do get the closure above, let's say with volume, then you should go ahead and fill that wick right there, and then potentially, you know, keep moving up towards 21. Yeah, we'll see though. We'll see. Let's take a look at the NASDAQ here as well. Let's see what we got going on. Let's go to the daily here. Did we close? Yes, we did close bearish. We did close bearish there yesterday. First bearish daily closure in quite some time, since May 7th, right? No, the 6th of May, right? Yeah, so yes, wow. So it's been a while. It's been a while. 4 hour trying to drive down. We closed with no bottom wick here, so maybe we stop here, right? If you look left, there's kind of these other levels of support, right? If we see where we created support here, looking left, you have these other levels of support. So very high chance that this can also be where we begin to move back up from. I'm very, very bullish on NQ. You have a little fake out going on right here, it looks like, right here. And then price continues to respect this zone here. So we did just close without a bottom wick on the 4 hour candle. So the candle's trying to tell us something there as well. So I think if we can create any type of support here, we should, just like we did over here and here and here, begin to make our way bullish again. So yeah, I'm pretty bullish on the NASDAQ. So I would love to see a 4 hour close in that direction, and then be able to, you know, move about my business from there. So if we can get some sort of a closure here, next candle should fire up. Yeah, big 4 hour candles, big 4 hour closures. So anyway, the range is looking clean on the 1 hour chart, right? You got resistance here, you have support sitting here, that's your 1 hour, and then that's it. You know what I mean? I wouldn't touch this here until like 9 anyway. So I'm gonna wait on a 1 hour closure and go from there. Cool, cool, cool. That's it, man. That's the day. That's the day. Pretty simple. Now we just gotta wait. Now we just gotta wait. You know, that's the easy part. But now we will enter the hard part, and the hard part is in the waiting, right? For most traders, they just struggle to kick back, relax, and enjoy the show. You know, and that's what you got to do if you want to hold profits and make profits and keep profits. You got to know when to sit back on the sidelines and when to attack. You know, and that's the game. That's the game. What up, Sebastian? What's good, Ayush? How you feeling, bro? Yeah, I took a trade in Asian last night. Asian sesh. So just waiting on the next best trade now. The kids broke my microphone, man. Forgot about this. Asian session trade was taken, I think it was, where was it? Yeah, right here. Right here. So the position was sitting right here. Yeah, the mission was to get up here, and we eventually did. But I went ahead and closed partials right here at this wick fill. So this candle right here moved up, hit partials, came back, hit break even. Yeah, it got about 40 pips on it. Maybe like, actually no, maybe like 35 pips or so. Yeah, about 35 pips. So the mission was to get up towards 33.05, which we did, right? It just, and I was explaining to everyone in the Zoom chat, like, we should get up here, but it may take a couple candles, you know what I mean? So our candle here, which was the volume we were looking for, our candle got us 35 pips, filled that wick for us, and then if it would have kept going, that would have been great. The runner would have been fine, but I had 5 lots open, closed 4 of them. 1 lot got hit at break even. Yeah, but another simple, just playbook position, onion play, 9:30. Yeah, 9:45 p.m. Eastern last night. Asian session. Worked out well. Worked out well. What up, C Melly? Yeah, that was it. That was just a trade. Yeah, it looked like you know, this is why it's so important too to bag profits and secure positions and move stops to break even, because I mean, look, if let's say we don't grab profits there, right? So we say, okay, you know, we don't grab any profits, we don't move stops to break even. Although this trade plays out, we get stopped out here, you know what I mean? Right? So that's the thing about gold. Like, gold is going to be very volatile, very aggressive. So there's going to be points where we take partials. And notice how, look at where we rejected. We rejected right at the wick fill, right? Like on the decimal, like as you see here, like there's your wick, there's your rejection. That's exactly where we closed the position. So it's just crazy, you know what I mean? And then you go break even here, and look, if this candle wants to, you know, come down and close strong bullish, and the next one can, you know, survive and all that, you got a bigger trade on your hand. But in most cases with a pair like gold, you're going to get these, you know, big aggressive wicks that move down, and that right there is going to stop you out. So I'm sure maybe people were in the same trade, got caught holding the bag, and where one trader walks away with the bag, the other trader fumbles it, right, by going back into drawdown and getting stopped out. So that's why it's so important. The base hits that we talk about, they really do win ball games. They really do stack W's and green days. And when you stack W's and green days, you feel good about trading, and you're more open to learning and more optimistic about showing up every day. And it just makes for a better way of life. You know what I mean? Better way of life. Yeah, can you guys send me the pre-New York trade? And the I'd like to take a look. Bands counted up in the house. What up, bro? What up, what up? Took the same trade, got stopped out exactly like you just explained. Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know, so those partial TPs are important. And you know, maybe that was a little too difficult for like a newer trader to kind of pinpoint, right? But you also have this area over here, right, which is going to be like a previous resistance level. So if you're in the trade and price is moving up, I'm not saying that that's where your trade's going to reject, but I'm saying if there is anywhere that the trade will reject, it would be right here, right? Like it would be right there. So I'm not saying that it will. We're just saying that if there is any type of rejection, it's gonna happen there, right? And that's why we secure partials or at least go break even at those areas, and that ends up saving us a lot of money in the long run, right? At the end of the week, at the end of the month, at the end of every year, you know, that's a lot of money that gets saved up there. That right there could be the difference between a profitable trader or profitable results and break-even results. Just right there, that little piece alone right there could just be what's holding one back from being profitable, because they're just letting too much money go. Most of you guys are profitable. You're just letting too much money go back in. That's it. You guys know what to do. What up, Wokey? What's good? What's good? What's good? Yeah. Yep. When you get the profits, remember your goal is to keep them. Like your first goal is to keep the profits. Your second goal is to multiply them. All right. First priority, keep them. Second priority, flip them, multiply them. Plug the holes. That's right. Yep. It's money going out. You got to figure out where it's going out from. It's kind of like your regular life, you know? You're sitting here, you got all this money in your pockets, and then for some reason you check and it's gone. It's like, where'd it go? Right? Where's the money going? So you got to figure it out. That's going to be on you. That's the work of the trader. Right? That's the job here. That's the work. It's not just show up every day and hopefully today works. Hey, man, I'm here again. I'm a warrior. Hopefully today it'll click. It won't. It won't until you really examine where the money's going. You'll have, you'll just keep doing the same stuff every day. So I posted a new video on YouTube, why you should treat trading like a business. It's a quick little 10-minute video. I hope it can help. It's just a couple little suggestions, couple little mindset tweaks, couple little, tips for you to kind of get in the right mentality of treating this thing like a business so you could actually make money. Because I think most of y'all want to make money, right? I mean, I would hope so. I would hope so. But most of you guys aren't making money. Why? How come? It's probably because you're just not diving into where the money's going. The fact is you are making the money. The other fact is you're just not keeping it. So that's the story of the break-even trader. He gets the money, he gives it back. He gets the money, he gives it back. So what's the solution to that? Finding out where you're giving it back and eliminating it, right? There's a few snakes taking money from you, and one by one you got to chop the head off, right? So maybe one is over risking. Maybe that's a snake. You got to find it, you got to identify it, and chop the head off of it, right? And don't make that mistake anymore. Another one, who knows? You might be like comparing yourself. You might be comparing yourself to me. You might be comparing yourself to, somebody in the Discord or somebody in the chat, and you're forcing things, right? Maybe that's a snake, right? Maybe that's the one that you got to chop the head off. And you're going to find these snakes. They're going to come up. You're not going to find them all at once. So that's why it's a continuous learning process to getting better as a trader. And just life in general, you can think of snakes as bad habits, right? Habits that are ultimately holding you back from where you want to be. So you just got to identify what those are and, just go ahead, go just straight at them. It's easy to make money, hard to keep it. Yeah, exactly. And if you were never taught that thought process growing up, then of course you're going to fumble the bag, right? Like you wouldn't know better, and that's why I'm here, right? That's why I'm here, to give you a philosophy and a message. And the reason I'm here is because someone else was there for me in my early 20s, because I didn't learn this stuff growing up. I didn't learn how to preserve money, how to multiply money. That those conversations weren't being talked about around my dinner table. Luckily, I was fortunate enough for someone else to come into my life and teach me the philosophy. So that's why we're here too, because I know the impact it had on me. I already know the impact it has on others. And we're going to keep doing it until you wake on up. We're going to shake you up. What trade did, just the Asian one, Bryce? Yeah, you were in Asian last night, weren't you? Good morning, Norbin. How are you, bro? What's today, man? What's today? Today, Wednesday or Thursday? Okay, Wednesday. Gems in the Bends. That's not bad, man. That's not bad. That's why Louis G gets paid the big bucks, man. Damn. Do I base my strategy on volume? Volume and higher time frame direction. Pretty much. Yeah, that's it. Volume, higher time frame direction. I like to start moving with the higher time frames when the volume comes in. Yeah, and as long as my setup is there and presents itself, then yeah, that's basically what I do. I don't know what I do at this point. Yeah, I don't think anyone, my family doesn't know what I do. I don't even know what I do. My neighbors don't know what I do. My neighbors are probably wondering what's this guy doing out here. I'm gonna wear a day trading shirt. Day trader. Oh man, I never forget. Me and my buddy went to this big day trading meetup, and I wore a shirt that said "day trader." It was honestly, looking back, kind of cringe. I don't know why I wore that shirt. Why did I wear that shirt? We always joke about it. We're like, yo, we're looking for the day traders. Yeah. You guys, the day traders over here. Epic event though. Epic event. Yeah, that's true. That's true, Al. All right, Goldie trying to make the move here on the 4 hour. 1 hour starting to try and push down here. We're finally getting some momentum. This is our 820 volume that we're looking at with the COMEX open here. So we'll see if this push really lasts. It's going to be a big 5-minute candle here, you see? That's because we got the COMEX open going on. So let's see if that volume's a flake or if we're really going to continue pushing down, man. We got the 4 hour wick here, so we'll see if we break that low or not. Stay strong and steadfast. Amen, brother. Amen. Amen. Steadfast. Go look up the definition of the word steadfast, everyone. Be strong and steadfast in your mission. NQ, yeah, NQ analysis is already done, I believe. Yeah, let's see here. So yeah, I think so far with NASDAQ, we're trying to see if we can create support here, especially on the 4 hour chart, right? So you got this range cooking on the 1 hour. I think closures above it look really solid. So like if we can get maybe you know, something like this, right? I think that'll be really good for price to continue up on NQ. I think yeah, I think we see some nice, like a 30-minute support here, and we should be good. We've already moved up a little bit, so get a 30-minute support, make sure the 4 hour close is strong bullish, and then we should make our move up here if we do get that 4 hour support. Could be liquidity. It could be liquidity. Yeah, the plus we fill the 4 hour wick now, so if we end up like pushing way back up, then you know most likely we'll push up today, but we'll see. We'll see. We got 707 left on the 30-minute closure. Let's see the battle station. Hey, where you guys you guys know we have a free Discord, right? If you guys aren't in the Discord, you guys can join it. Hit !Discord in the chat and post your battle station. Yeah. We want to see your battle station. We got some dope channels. I don't think I've really gone through the Discord that much recently, but we got some dope channels here. If you we do have a July meetup coming up if you guys plan on coming to the trader/entrepreneur meetup. But where is that channel I was looking for? Desk setup. Yeah, let us see where you're at, where you work from. If you got cool setups, even if you don't have that cool of a setup, let's take a look at it. A lot of different setups. I don't think I've taken a picture in my new setup with my new office here. But yeah, man, you guys could join our Discord. It's completely free. to join. Let's go ahead and take a look at charts for stream here while we wait on this. Let's see what we got here. Daily bullish for, yeah, if you guys want to, by the way, if you guys want me to review any trades of yours, you guys can post them in this charts for stream channel here. Yeah, we'll take a look at them, go over them when we have time on the stream. Let me clean mine off. Yeah, clean it off first, you know, get it all nice. What's up, Bone? What up, what up? Yeah, anyway, daily, let me take a look at this one. So we got daily bullish, 4-hour bullish, current broke previous highs and was heading down. Okay, 1 hour had no top wick, waited, took the range to breakout in the current lows, was a bit hesitant, closed a little early. Let's take a look. Let's take a look. So waited for these range to sells on this view. Okay, so yeah, boom, boom, sells here. Boom. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you had this resistance form, candle closure, took a sell here, break even, close full. Okay, cool. Yeah, nice job. Yeah, you had clean range coming down. You had that new resistance formed. I like it. You had a wick to fill, which we already kind of filled. But yeah, you took the candle on the next move down. Still had clean range to the left. Yeah, looks good, man. Looks good. Good trade. Nice onion setup. Go through the Discord. Yes, sir, Sergio. Yeah, so quick, right? So fast. So fast. Let's see. Is the gap on the left straight wick? Yeah, the gap on the left. Which one? The one on the higher time frame? Like this one here? Is that the one you mean? What up, Dan? How are you, bro? Gold grabbing liquidity? Yeah, it could be. It certainly could be. All right. Especially if this candle closes like right at support with no bottom wick or something, right? You got a support sitting right here. If it closed, basically we can do the same thing we did last night in Asian, right? We waited for this candle to close. We treated this as an observation zone. As that candle closed, it closed with very little to almost no bottom wick, something like this. And then all we did was we just waited, right? We waited for the next candle. The next candle provided us with a support, and then we just take the buy right off the support for price to move back up. So that is the idea here for gold, to kind of move back up with that daily. So we'll see if we can get it. With this candle closing with no bottom wick as support, that would definitely be a big sign, right? That could be what's coming. So we'll see. We'll get that information in 2 minutes and 22 seconds. Yes, April. Yeah, I'll have to get the April stuff up. I've been spending time making videos for the course, so I'll get the April. I'll have to get the April. I'll do it. I'll do a quick video. It'll probably be like a 10 to 12 minute video. What's the best way to pass a challenge? Big risk, fast. Best way to pass a challenge is wait for the most highest probability setup and then, you know, bet pretty big on it. Right? Bet pretty big, but the key is to wait for the A+ setup. You know, you got to wait for the A+ setup, and when that comes, step into it with confidence and take the trade. Yeah, you might need to do that 2 or 3 times, but you'll get it. You know, if you wait patiently for the right trades, you do that 2, 3, 4 times, you should pass your account. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Holy. Four hour with a much needed pullback here. Much needed. How much do I risk per trade? Anywhere from 5 to 10 contracts, somewhere around there. 5 5 typically. If it's like, if the trade is like money, then I'll go 10. But you know, you got to be careful with 10 because with like 20, 25 pip stops, your account's gone there. So yeah, challenge will pass itself if you just show up and look for good trades. That's it. All right, cool. Nice move here. Beautiful move at 8:30 or 8 a.m. That took forever, right? When did that start moving? About 5 minutes ago. Yeah, so you got a 30 closure, right? You're closing right all at this support here at this point, right? So if we're gonna move up, you know, maybe this is where we get the bullish candles, right? And then we can start moving back up from here to pull back on the 4 hour. And then, you know, maybe even have the next 4 hour be the one that pushes up. Yes, sir. You're welcome. You're welcome. Took a base hit in Asian, fumbled the bag because of, slippage during the day. Still haven't, hit the daily loss, but yeah. Preserve emotional capital and be disciplined. Good question. Good question. I don't know how emotional are you? If you need to preserve it, I would. I'll just leave you with this. Trade for tomorrow. Whatever you do today, do it for tomorrow. So what I mean by that is trade for tomorrow. Don't kind of mess things up emotionally today and have to pay that consequence today and tomorrow, right? If you kind of hold off right now, then you save everything and you don't have to go through the emotions today. If you be disciplined and wait for a good trade setup, I mean, you can potentially get your loss back, right? So it just depends where you are in the emotional scale. You know what I mean? And if you're okay and you're composed, then I'd sit in the pocket and wait for a great trade. And if you're not, if you're a little antsy, then I would just sign off and trade for tomorrow. Live to trade another day. Yeah, there you go. Okay, lovely. Yeah, that's right. We did tap this support here. So we pushed through here. We have a support level right here in which we did tap right on the decimal, right? So I think if you can get a bullish closure now, especially somewhere even back above here, that's going to make a lot of sense for price to most likely start moving back up. 4 hours start rejecting. You get some sort of a bullish closure like this on the 15-minute, and then you might get this pullback here. So yeah, daily still, let's take a look at that daily. Daily's still bullish, right? So even though we've been fluctuating a lot on this daily candle here today, we haven't really been able to break the lows outside of that one time in Asian. That was it. We broke the low because we didn't really have much of a wick on the daily. In Asian session last night, we had probably, I'd say it was like right here, right? So we popped up, we came back down, we created a steeper wick there. And now we've kind of been up and down, but we haven't really flipped bearish at all yet. So interesting to see what this 4 hour candle is going to do right here. But I mean, look, if we were going to expect price to probably pop out from somewhere, right? You're going to probably pop out from here, make that low here, and then just start continuing up. Is 8% a month a lot? Not really. Not really. It depends, Depends how you look at it. Depends your why behind it too, right? If I said, hey, can you make 8% this month? You may say, I don't know. I think it might be a lot. It could be. If I said, hey, can you make 8% this month? Otherwise, you'll no longer be living. You'll be like, hell yeah, I can make 8%. That's light. I can make that today, right? So it's just all perspective. Yo, what up, Segan Slays? How are you, bro? How are you? $8% a month consistently is a lot of money. Yeah, I mean, probably from a bank's perspective, you know, but as a day trader, you can make 8% today. Clubhouse, how we feeling? How we feeling? What's the vibe? Let me pop the Clubhouse up here. What up, J Ski? How was that? How was that chair last night? Sleeping in it? Did you sleep there? Wait, no. You probably didn't even sleep there. Yeah, facts. Think about how easy it's been to lose 100% in one day. So making 8% shouldn't be that much. I mean, you lose 100%. Okay, I see the vibes. All right, the Clubhouse vibes are just insane. Just on another level. What up, Daniel? What up, Pitbull? How we feeling? DJ Scratches, futures trader in the building. J Ski man, just where he left him. Just where he left us. Hey, I don't know if you slept there or not, but they got to get us dads a little bit of a better bed. I mean, come on. We do a lot. I mean, we do a lot in this process. You feel me? Shout out to J-Ski. Newly born baby, Big Jack. Well, I asked for some prayers for Big Jack. Welcomed into the world yesterday. Newest member of TTE. He's arrived. What up, Tomas? Connor the Great. He shares a birthday with Connor the Great. That's right. That's right. We got some birthday pips in there for you. Okay, Energy said stop. I think it's time to stop. I think it's time to stop. Nicely, shit, in a very nice manner. Just all caps. Just stop. Can you please explain an inverted celery? Of course, of course. So like, let's say we're looking for buys here, right? So you got this candle that kind of comes down, and let's say we do end up closing like just like this, right? And we don't want to take any sells. We believe it's choppy. We're more so looking for buys. But what happens is the next candle, it moves down, closes bearish, but the way it closes like this. You guys ever seen these type of candles where they close like that? I think they're called like hammers or something like that. Other people use the term. So anytime you see a candle like that, usually what that means is, okay, now we're going to be rejecting out of here. So you had this candle close above support, right? And now the following candle, although it broke the lows and attempted to get down, and by the way, usually you'll have another support sitting right there. I like to call that the observation zone. You'll have this wick back down into there, right? But at the end of it all, it'll close bearish and it'll close back above the range, right, that we're playing. So that right there is the inverted celery. So anytime, this is where I'll take an impulse entry on the break of the highs here. So as the next candle wicks down and starts moving up to break the highs, that's where I'll enter. And typically, you know, you're going to have a nice push up there, especially if there's good volume in it at that time. You'll have a nice push back up. And on the lower time frame, it'll look like this. But on the higher time frame, all it will be is just a 4-hour candle, right? Kind of tapping its target and pulling back. So it's always nice when the 4-hour hits target too, so that way you can anticipate that pullback, right? And then catch it on the lower time frames. Yeah. Let's see. When the Y is strong enough, yes, you can bear almost anyhow. Not even almost, pretty much anyhow. Nothing but respect. Appreciate that. Appreciate that. What's the difference between the inverted celery? Okay, that's a good question. So the difference between the inverted celery, right? Let's draw that back up again, and the onion, right? So the inverted celery is where we're going to take an impulse trade. So that means that we haven't gotten a candle to close in our direction yet, but we're going to enter off a higher time frame direction volume, and based off of, right, the inverted celery play. Because normally what we would be looking for is, if we redraw that scenario over here, right, normally what we would be looking for is something like this, right? So let's say this all happens, but what we're looking for on an onion play is what? We need a bullish candle closure. So we're waiting for a support to form, right? That's what we're waiting for. So when there's high volume in, we don't want to sit around and wait on this candle. So this, let's say this is the 930 candle. We don't want to wait for that candle to close, because most likely 930 is going to make the move. So if we sit around and wait for this guy here to close, by the time it does close, it's most likely going to look like it looks over here on this side, right? Where we're going to miss that entire move there. So that's where we take the impulse. So basically volume, right? And then this would be, so let's say now the same thing happened, right? But you see the yellow candle, I'm sorry, the arrow pointing to this candle here, this blue candle. Let's say the volume's not, that's not the volume candle. Let's say that's the 9 a.m. candle, right? But we want to wait for the volume, which comes in at 9:30. So we'll let the 9 a.m. candle settle us in, right, and give us that support, and then 9:30 will take that move. But if this is your 9 a.m. candle here, right, and this one's your 9:30, if you wait on that candle, you're most likely missing it. So that's where we take the, the impulse trade there. Yeah, does that make sense? Any other questions on that? Very, very important. Very important. And how did we figure all this out? Well, we started off always waiting for candles, right? And then we noticed that at sometimes we would miss it. So while we were waiting for this candle to close like that, we would miss the move, right? So eventually we watched it and watched it and watched it and watched it and took note of it and took note of it. And then eventually we said, okay, cool, let's start executing there. We see it happen more times than not. Let's go ahead and do it. And that play has worked out really well for us over the past year or so. Yeah, same thing. Impulse. Yeah, it's just an impulse trade. Like Raja takes this position all the time too. Yep. 15-minute time frame, 30-minute time frame doesn't really make a difference. Usually I like to look at the 15-minute time frames around volume, right? So I can see what's exactly taking place. But 15, 30, these positions even play out on the 1 hour. A normal celery would be more so, let's say you were waiting for a closure above the white line here, right? And like let's say you got that closure and you don't take the trade. So maybe the volume's still not in, right? Maybe you're still waiting on volume and that the celery play just happens to be in the other direction, right? So it's sitting above where this one's just sitting at a target. Yeah, so now you can take that buy right there, right? Because you're all above the range here. But this one, it's above the range, but it's at like a floor, if that makes sense. That's kind of a little tough to explain, but does that make sense? I might have butchered that a little bit. Like this one's kind of at a floor, so you don't really have a consolidation, right? To like over here, you might be consolidating a little bit and then get the breakout. So yeah, that's kind of, and you'll see it more. It'll make more and more sense to you as you begin to watch it play out, over and over. And again, watching it play out's the key, right? Again, I watched this move here. I missed this move 100 times before I ended up, executing on it and making money off of it. So don't worry about missing moves. Don't worry about it. It's a long game here. Long game. All right, we're getting a 15 closure here. So let's see how we do with the 15 close. We're right in this area. If you guys are more comfortable with a 30-minute close and a 1 hour close, that's okay as well. We'll see how we get the closure and maybe take this off the 15. Win rate of the inverted celery, I'm not too sure. Let me look it up. I know it's decent. It's not bad. It's pretty good. It's great. Playbook. Inverted celery has a 90% win rate over 21 trades. So we haven't taken that many trades with it, but it's a good one. Yeah. All right, I might be looking to go long here. It's 8:45, right? We should pull back now on the 1 hour, the 4 hour, the 30-minute candle. You know, I would expect to move up here if we start breaking highs. So let's see if this candle can leave a wick at the top and then get a lower wick, and then I'll be interested here. And if it doesn't do what we want it to do, then we wait for the 30 closure, and at that point we'll have a 30-minute fake out potentially for price to continue moving back up. So I want to see a lower wick coming down probably towards 98 here, and then if we could re-break the high, that would be fantastic. Impulse entry times like 8:15, 8:30, 9, 9:15, 9:30, London Open, you know, those type of times. So all right, so look, I'm only gonna use probably one or two contracts here, and if the 30 closes, like let's say we don't get, I'm gonna put something small on to give this a shot to see if we can move up here. Let's say we don't move up and we get a 30 closure. That's where I'll probably bump this up to like 5, 6, 7 contracts. So I'm gonna put a little feeler out there with stops kept below the lows. And then if we get the better position, which is going to be the 30 closure, then I'll add to this. Yeah, I didn't even realize it was that good. This is the inverted seller here, 21 trades. Yeah. I think the most impressive, probably the most impressive thing I've done in my trading career at this point is have a 95% win rate over almost 70 trades on the onion play. So I've been extremely disciplined, extremely patient. This is probably the most impressive thing I've done in my entire career. Yeah, it's wild. Blowing my own mind here. All right, let's see if we can pop up here. Again, I'm only risking 2 contracts. I'm going to keep, you know, stops probably somewhere. Let's see what the stops are looking like down here. Probably somewhere back below the range here, and see what we can do with this move up. Yeah, if we can move up, great. If we want to kind of play around here and wait on the 30 closure, that's fine too. I have no issue with either one. Yeah, got like a 1R sitting somewhere around these areas here, like 3307. What's a realistic monthly return? I don't really think there is a realistic monthly return, man. I really don't. It could be all sporadic. It could be all over the place. Trading is not like a guaranteed thing, but it just all depends on your system. You know, you gotta read the data. You gotta find out the information, and that'll dictate what you should realistically be looking at on a month to month, if you follow the plan, you know. Yeah, this is the setup that we were waiting for to execute. Yep. So I would have liked to see it maybe on a 30, but on the 15, not too bad here. This is an onion setup. Yeah, this will be a 15-minute onion here. Yep. Why did I take this? Because we're in these so basically we filled the wick there on the 4 hour, right? The 1 hour also came into that resistance. We're beginning to reject out. The 30-minute also kind of rejecting out, never broke the lows, kind of moving up pretty strong bullish here. You got the 15 closure, which is going to be a little bit of a weaker confirmation time frame here, but you got the fake out, you got the rejection, so that's kind of why I put the trade on. I used a very small size just in case this one doesn't work out, and I can re-enter off the 30 or something. Johnny Gems, he's here. How we feeling? How we feeling?
Yo, my man.
What's goody?
How you doing?
How are you?
Feeling good, bro. I am amazing.
Nice
Blessed and
to
highly
see ya.
favored, bro. Thanks, bro. Likewise. Feeling good. How you doing?
Feeling great.
Let's get it.
Feeling great. Oh,
Another day blessed by God.
amen. Let us rejoice in it
Yes, sir.
and be
Amen.
glad. Full of thanksgiving.
Amen with that. What's up, chat? How y'all doing?
Hey, can
Happy
you send me that
Wednesday.
trade that you took? I want to take a look at it.
Oh, yeah.
Send it in
got you.
in Zoom.
I got you. Grab it right now.
Full send it.
Send it over here.
What we doing today, Johnny Jans? What we doing?
It's good, chat. What's the plan, bro? I'm down for anything.
All right, let's take a look. Okay, yeah, so onion play, support formed, break of the highs, waited for a lower wick. Nice, nice, nice.
Yeah.
Target tap.
Price made a high.
See how he kept his target? Like, this will, I like to do this too. Like, most people keep their target up here. I like to keep it, you know, somewhere a little bit lower, like not the full one, just in case you end up rejecting like a little shy of it. So, yeah, nice trade, dude.
Thanks, bro.
Very good, very good.
Yeah, we were talking about that in pre-NY, how you know, we've seen from the past trades that price would sometimes just miss our TP, and we've learned that it's not always 100% guarantee that price will hit our TP on the exact decimal point. So, you know, we like to get in the habit of securing profits as we're, you know, on the way to tapping that target.
True, true.
Yeah, nice.
Lovely. Good trade.
Thanks, bro.
James Bond in the house. How you doing, James Bond? How are you? How are you? All right, so we got about 24 pips here. If you guys want to do anything with it, I think my partial is probably gonna be sitting somewhere right around these wicks here. Yeah, see if we could tap that. I think we can go break even at this point. Lock in some, you know, take the risk off the table, and then just see if it can hit target at this point now. Yeah, because we also have a closure coming up in 8 minutes, so we don't want to you know, go back down for the next 1 hour candle and all that. .007 James Bond. Let's get it.
007.
007, Mr. James Bond.
James Bond. What's up, James Bond? Or Mr. Bond? What's up, Xander? Nah, man, honestly, I just walk, dude. Just 10K steps a day. That's it. I personally like that type of cardio better than running. And that's just me personally.
What, walk? Yeah, just walking.
Yeah, just walking.
Slow and steady. Slow and steady.
Yep. Yeah. Especially the way my diet is, you know, doing like one meal a day. If I run too much, I'll like start to lose a lot of muscle.
Yeah, that's true. He's running. He's running. Can we get this gold trade to move up and run? Can we get Goldie to run? We got 6 minutes for the closure here. So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is where we can pull back, and this 30-minute candle might not even close bullish, right? So that's where we want to go break even now, so we don't have to sit through that pullback. Because if this candle wants to pull back to end the candle. Like, I would love to see the candle close with no wick, right? That'd be awesome. But like, let's say this candle now wants to pull back, right? And even if it's closing strong bullish in our direction, now we're in drawdown, and now we're most likely going to make another lower wick. So now we're going steeper into drawdown, and then we could still end up winning that trade, right? Or still end up going in that direction there. So you want to, you know, just be easy with that. All right, I'm going to close some partials here. So going to do close half of my position right there. Stops are at break even, and then we'll see if the rest of it can hit the target.
Nice.
30 pips. 30 pips. Let's see if we can get another 12, another push for another 12 or so. Good trade, though. Good trade. So this was basically the trade, just like that. Partials have been closed. And then I think I'm just going to close the rest of it wherever the candle closes, especially if we close without a wick. So I'll move that up a little bit just in case we get a big push here. Can we get a big push here? I think we can. I'm feeling like a big push at the end of this candle. Let's see here. All right, gonna move stops up a little bit. Let's go see what that 5. Yeah, I'm gonna move stops below the 5 here. So just trailing stops and profit now. But that was the ultimate target. I think that's where I had my line, right? Right on that. Yeah, there we go. Perfect. So I'm out right there. Good trade.
Thanks, bro.
Full TP was hit for 45 pips. So great trade. Solid. So yeah, now we'll see how. Now we may get another shot here on the 30-minute candle. So if the 30-minute candle now closes pretty strong bullish, right, we can potentially go long again. The Prather Trader in the house. Let's go, bro. Let's go.
What's up, Prather Trader?
Yeah, so that's what I mean. Like that's another one on the onion. Just another beautiful move there, right? And the onion play works so well when you know how to use it and when you know how to, you know, work it from a higher time frame, lower time frame standpoint. It's just such a good trade. All right, let me just save this, mark this up. Let's talk about why we took that trade real quick. Let me just mark it up. Let's go, baby. All right, let's talk about this trade here. So this is this trade was taken solely off the counter trend idea and the target tap concept that we teach about here every single day. We have lessons on it in the course, and we talk about it all the time within the clubhouse, right? So the idea is, did the 4-hour candle hit target, or is it on its way to target, right? So in this case, we've seen that the 4-hour candle came down. I know this doesn't look like a support. There's no red candle there, but due to experience and just showing up here every day, I already know that this is basically a support level, right? So the 4-hour candle wicks down in there. We fill that wick. We reject up out of it. As we're beginning to reject out of that area, we turn to the 1 hour and we see that the same is true for the 1 hour. So we come in here, we reject, we look left, we see what we're rejecting, which is going to be all this chop to the left, right? So anything, by the way, gold is bullish here, right? So we're seeing if we can keep up with that bullish move. So we're trying to keep that bias even though the 4-hour candle looks deathly bearish, right? So we're keeping that 4-hour bias based off of the target tap concept. The 30-minute now, right? 30-minute also rejects the low here. We never broke the previous candle lows. We rejected out of that support on the decimal, and now we begin to move up. So the idea here in the best trade is, okay, if the 30-minute candle closes bullish, then we could take buys, right? And that's probably the best trade. But what we found here on the 15-minute was the idea that, hey, we closed back above that range, rejection, we closed pretty decent bullish, we can give it a shot here, right? So that's where I go low in my contract size just to give this a feeler and see if we can get a push, right, before the 30 closure. And today we did get that, right? So usually at 8:45 to 9 is going to be a pullback on your 4-hour candle. We've been talking about that for, many years now. So as that candle pulls back, that's going to be our opportunity to go ahead in and take advantage of the move up, So it's just a simple counter trend trade. And now that same exact move that you see on the 15 could now play out on the 30-minute, right? If this candle closes at a good, pretty good size, and we can continue moving up now. So that's pretty much, we're still in that same target tapped idea. With the 30-minute now, we got a stronger higher time frame confirmation, like stronger confirmation here too. So we'll see if we can give it another go.
There you go.
But ultimately, just perfect counter trend idea. You snag your 40 pips. You don't be greedy. You let price kind of close up on the 30-minute time frame now, and we'll see if we give it another shot.
Sir.
We'll take the 17 hundo. We'll take it. We'll take it.
W Dominic, let's go, bro. That's why we're so grateful for lessons, right? And mistakes, they help us, man. They help us become successful now.
Yeah.
Right? You learned something in pre-NY, now you made the adjustment NY Open, already getting way better results and success. W, bro.
Yep. Yeah, and now we can give this another shot. But the cool part is we don't have to, because we already made our money, right? So unless things line up to the T, you can give it another shot. If not, you can just smile and let it go, knowing that you made money today. You did something that 95% of traders are probably not going to do today, and that's to walk away with money. So the door's not shut yet, so you got to make sure you hold it. But you have the opportunity to walk away green here. Yep. Mr. ASFX. There he is. Hey, we're all rocking the blue light glasses now, man. We're all rocking them.
Got mom.
Everyone. It's a day trader thing. If you don't have the blue lights, do you really day trade? I mean, come on. I can flip. I got them all. I got options here. I got options. Oh,
Austin
man.
Silver, what's up, brother?
How are you, bro? How's the day going? You're probably getting ready to get cooking now, right?
David Goggins told me to do that, bro. I'm sorry. I'll stop lifting girl weight stuff.
Oh, we did get the hat trick today. We got a hat trick? Oh, we hit London and New York. Oh, okay.
Asian pre-NY and NY Open.
We got the hat trick here today, ladies and gents. Another one brought to you by TTE. W Clubhouse.
It's called the Triple Dipper, chat.
Yes, we're gonna call that the triple the triple Pipper Dipper.
Sorry. No, a triple Pipper.
Clubhouse hat trick. Can we get some hats? All right, Austin. Have a great day, brother. Best of luck in the markets today. Enjoy it.
Peace out, Austin. Have a great day, brother.
Hey, pull up more often, man. When are you gonna come as a guest? Hey, Chad, how amazing would it be if we can get the Austin Silver from ASFX as a guest? There go the hats. There go the hats.
That'd be amazing.
On the TT live stream. Wow, that would be insane. Maybe I could pull some strings, man. Maybe I could pull some strings. I'll see. I'll have my people reach out to his people and see if we could do something with it.
Do it, bro.
Hey, look, now that we have no lower wick, we're not stressing, right? Because we already, we already took something.
Yeah, nah, the move's already done. Maybe 15 resistance for him. Take sales coming back down.
Yeah.
Chat, we have our new special entree on the menu. It's called the Triple Dipper. It comes with 3 winning trades of a choice of a breakout, onion, or celery. And it's only from the hours of Asian to NY Open. That's it.
Yeah, Asian. You got three windows to get it. Asian, London, or I should say 4 windows to get it. So we got it, man.
What sauce? That's a great question, Pitbull. It comes with sauce of patience and discipline. That's the secret sauce that makes it amazing.
That's true. That's true. Following your game plan. Following the profitable system. That's it. Very tasty. It does get tasty, man. It definitely does.
That's that yum sauce. Damn, bro. It's too funny.
Oh, blue light glasses? Nah, I don't think they're dumb. I definitely don't think they're dumb. I already I've adjusted my monitors as well. But I certainly don't think they're dumb. They help out a lot, especially at nighttime, right? You got a lot of blue light going on, and I think it's worth it to put them on. I think it's dumb not to put them on, especially at nighttime.
I can agree with that.
Especially if you're always looking at screens and on the phone and whatnot too. I mean, you go to the gym, you're blasted with blue light. Like, blue light's everywhere. Everywhere. Most of y'all be wearing contacts. You couldn't even see what's right in front of you if I gave you $1,000. I wonder why.
Ouch, bro. Ouch.
Read this. I'll give you $1,000. Sitting there squinting. I gotta save these eyes, man. You know, I need these to trade. This ain't residual income, man. This is active here. If I don't show up, I don't get paid, man. If I don't go find the setups, I don't get any money for them. So I need my eyes. We need the EYES indicator. Yeah,
we gotta regain that eyesight back.
Yeah. Oh yes, we did. Yes, those are also coupons today. So 1 coupon today here for the clubhouse. But you see what I mean about like jumping on the 15 when it like presents itself? Because now like we'll be sitting here waiting for a lower wick on this trade, right? So I guess if this was the right opportunity, we had the concept of that 4-hour pulling back, and now look at the 4-hour candle, right? Rejecting out of that zone there. So just perfect higher time frame, lower time frame correlation. Add the onion, man. This again, this is the most impressive thing I've ever done in trading. Like literally. That's 68 trades now, bro. Holding over 90%. Co-host. Hold on. Where's the Viking today? The Viking.
Yo, where'd Viking check?
He went to the beach or what?
Bro, man, it may have hit the beach up again.
He might have. He might have.
Daddy duties, maybe. Yeah, word, OGH.
He keep doing them daddy duties. He's gonna be having them baby duties, right? OGH.
Yeah. Word,
Look at J-Ski over there, man. He's in that hospital chair for men. Poor guy. Who remembers sleeping? Who remembers when you guys had a child? Who remembers sleeping in this exact couch right here? Anyone? It's the most uncomfortable couch you could sleep on ever. But I mean,
you mean the hospital chair?
Oh yeah, what did I say? The couch?
The couch.
Yeah, the couch.
Yeah, J-Ski's showing us.
There it is,
That's
man.
what J-Ski slept on last night.
There it is. Hey, men have a very, very, very hard job, man. In that process of delivering children, I mean, you got to feel for us, right? I mean, we got to get together and create some sort of a union to get us something a little bit more comfortable to sleep on after we just have a beautiful child. You know what I mean? How'd you come up with the name Onion? Instead of walking through a minefield first, I followed someone. Yeah. And he came up with the name Onion, and I just stole it from him. Just swoop. TK's trying out the blue lights. What do you guys think, chat? 1 or 2? A or B? Option A?
TK.
Option B.
You're looking good, bro.
Looking great there, buddy. Looking great. The black frames?
Looks like you want to kill someone now.
Hey, you might want to smile there, TK. Just so we don't think you're trying to. TK is from Oregon. It wouldn't surprise me if I seen this guy and he's like, "You want to come cook some crack in the desert with me or something?" Like, wait, what? Some Breaking Bad stuff going on right now, TK. Word, what's going on, bro?
Like some meth and stuff, bro. For
real. I got this little meth project going down in the desert. I'm all right, man. I'm all right.
Yo, bro, it's mad funny. You should have shown the other pig.
Dexter. Yes, Dexter. Cooking something crazy up.
Dexter's Laboratory, bro.
Walter White's son. That's so funny. Oh, you got your 30-minute wick here now for those that want to possibly enter. Yeah. Yeah, if we would have made the lower wick first and then broke the highs, I would have been interested in this. But now that it's all over here, so. But 15 looks good to continue moving up. But the only issue now becomes like the 1 hour closure. Will we want to go back down and attempt to fill that wick and do something stupid, right? For the buyers here now. So, yeah, I think the 15 was the best move up there. Yeah, we're definitely looks rejection off the 1 hour for sure. The only thing is, will we go down to attempt to fill the wick now, right? And by the way, the market knows buyers are in, right? So will it come down and just do what a like normal price action, right? Come down, attempt to fill the wick, but then kind of fade back up. With that little move down, that will stop out all the buyers, right? And then maybe you close something like that on the 1 hour, or maybe even bullish. So that's where you run into, some difficulty here, right? Because the 1 hour could still do that, and we could still be following market structure and whatnot, right? Because now the 1 hour come down, just like the 30-minute did over here. Let me show you guys. Right, so see how this 30-minute came down, attempted to fill the wick, and then pushed up? The same thing could take place on the 1 hour. And now, like, if you're sitting in the buys from up here, right, that could be a problem, right? Especially if we start breaking those lows there. So, yeah, so a slippery slope at this point. Next Dexter. I was down on my combine after this trade. I'm up 400. Oh, he was down, but now he's up.
Hey, that's fire.
Dexter oh my God, Dexter's Laboratory.
Bro, one of my favorites,
crazy.
bro.
I wonder what that kid's up to now. He's like Elon Musk.
That was such a W show.
His name wasn't Dexter, it was Elon. Would a sell stop on the previous 30 candle on NASDAQ be valid? Let's take a look at NQ here. You got 930 coming up. What was the question? Would a sell stop on the previous 30 on NAS be valid? So like right here. Yes and no. So like the one thing here is a 1 hour. So if you want to, the thing is, like, you have this support sitting right here on the 1 hour, and then that wick is right there. So yeah, you could end up coming down. My only thing here is I'm a little skeptical about that wick, that no top wick sitting there. And then where'd my tools go here? Where'd my drawing tools go? Oh, here they are. Yeah, so that's there, and then you don't want to maybe possibly like kind of reject that here, because now you're only going to be a couple pips in profit, and if that candle wants to pop back up to make a top wick, then it's going to be troublesome. So maybe sacrifice that move right there for a closure below, and then you got all that clean range coming down here. Yeah, and then by the time you break that wick, you're looking like you're in a pretty good trade, and it should get going from there. So you're also right in front of 932, which price can go any which way at this point. The 930 anticipation. Am I gonna trade again? Yeah, maybe. Yeah, I'll be down to risk. I took a payout and then blew my accounts the other day. So I'm trying to build this back up. So I got my next 3 up. So we'll see if we can possibly even pass today. The J-Ski special? Yeah, that could be the J-Ski special, yeah. Dexter's Lab? Yeah, that was pretty good. Teach you the onion strategy? Yeah, of course. Just go over to go to YouTube And if you want to get like a good, thorough explanation, just go to YouTube here and just really watch this playbook video. Like, I'm going to explain this playbook right here. The results have been incredible, right? I'm going to explain this whole playbook right in this YouTube video right here. So if you just follow the YouTube video, dedicate 6 months to failing and learning and, you know, making the corrections and things like that, you will no doubt be a profitable trader, right? The reason I made this video is so that we can get more profitable traders. So I explain the onion right here, right? This is a 43-minute video. Every single position is broken down, thoroughly explained, setups, entries, higher time frame correlation, why we do what we do, and this is right on YouTube right now. So I would recommend going through this video. We break down every single trade, right? Every single position we take, the confirmation candles, the trading candles, everything. So I would recommend going through this video here. It's 43 minutes. Take some good notes and it will provide you with a wealth of knowledge. And if you really follow this and take this serious, this is all you probably need outside of 6 months of experience to start really dialing things in. It's available. It's available. Will you take advantage of it though? That's the question. That's the question. Because if someone just watched that video every single day for the next 6 months, while they showed up to trade every single day for the next 6 months, it's very, very hard not to win at that point. Reasonable time slot for passing. I mean, I wouldn't really hold these accounts any longer than like 2 weeks. So get it, you know, especially if you have like a budget of combines that you're looking to, you know, like invest in and use. I would either make the like capacity evaluation or fail it within 2 weeks. Because and that's not to say like 2 weeks is it, but like coming from a lot of people who spent 2 months, 3 months, 4 months trying to build a challenge account back up, I mean, that's a little crazy, right? So I'd rather get it done in 2 to 3 weeks, get back into the money phase, get another payout, and then whatever happens to the accounts from there, it is what it is, you know? As long as I can get a big payout and secure profits, then that's fine.
Because either way, you're going to be paying a monthly fee, you know? Like, so you're going to have to pay again at the end of the month, so you may as well try to get it funded before you pay that monthly fee.
Yeah, true. What's the channel to watch the video? It's the channel you're on now. Yeah, this one right here. Just go to videos. So if you pop open the YouTube.
On the Forex family.
Yeah, the Forex. Yeah, you'll see it right here. Go to videos. Oh yeah, I just dropped a new video here today too. Why you should treat trading like a business. It's just me sharing some thoughts over about a 10-minute car ride there.
Fire, bro. Gems in the Bends.
Gems in the Bends. Okay, I guess. Yeah, maybe we'll do that. But yeah, it's the playbook video. I also have a playbook, the original playbook video as well, which is another gold mine. So this one right here, right? And then this one up here is the updated version of it. So I would recommend watching both. I think on the original video I went a little bit deeper into like the entries and all that. So I would maybe check that one out too. Yeah. And then if you go to look at like these trade reviews and all that stuff, like you'll see me explain the onion and the celery and all that stuff in these videos. Do I use different type of RRs or only one R? No, I mean, I don't really have a set thing for that. You know, like whatever the trade in front of me is going to give me, I kind of go off of that. So, because sometimes I have to use previous candle stops. Sometimes I could use current. Sometimes I'm going to close up shop early, right, due to candle closures. So I just want to trade really well, take my profits, get my base hits, and then I'm going to look and I'm going to say, hey, what type of result is that typically getting me, right? Am I a negative R? Am I a 1R? Am I a 2R? So typically the results of that are about 1.6. So like my average winner is 1,000. My average loser here is $670. So I look at it more so as a result of all the trades over, trade by trade basis.
Series
Yeah.
of trades.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
A series of them, yep. And look, I mean, we lose trades, we just don't have a lot of losing days. Like sometimes we'll lose trades, get it back. Like 67, 70% win rate. I didn't add the last 2 trades yet, but 70% win rate roughly is typically what we have, with about a 1 to 1.5 R on, any point in the year you kind of contact us. We typically have that type of stat going. Give or take.
Similar stats to an owner of a casino.
Yeah. And look, now that I'm established in this system and I'm mature and I'm experienced, now I could almost have, like, remember somebody asked earlier, like, what's a reasonable monthly return? Well, now, because I know that I'm willing to do what's required to get what's desired, right? I'm willing to follow the steps and not be a immature business owner, but be an independent business owner, right? And follow my business rules. So as long as I'm able and to keep up with that, I should be able to expect X amount in return. So you see what I'm saying? Once you get to that part in your trading career, that's where you can begin to expect a certain return. But until you get there, like if you're still breaking your rules and revenge trading, then you have no predictability on your stuff yet, right? So that's where you got to really hone in and watch that video that I posted on YouTube. Start treating your trading like a business for the next 6 months. Dial in on a specific playbook, like pick one and stick with it. If it's my stuff, it's mine. By the way, that's not mine. I took it from Don and Raja, right? It's not mine. So everyone's trying to reinvent the wheel and invent their own setups and invent their own playbooks and whatnot. But for what?
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like, why not just make money and have fun with life? Why are you trying to become a scientist here, right? And try and become the next ICT guru? Like, who cares? Just do what makes money consistently and just like it, right? Like it or not, just do it.
If you're trying to make money ASAP, the last thing you want to do is try to create your own strategy, man. That's going to take a lot of time.
Remember what my mentor said. If you're going to walk through a minefield, follow someone, right? You don't want to walk through minefields alone. You want to follow someone. You want to take the steps that they took to get to the other end safely, right? Why would you try and go through this minefield alone? You're going to blow up here, blow up there. It's just not really worth it.
So facts, bro. Can't wait to watch that video today.
It took me 112 years, but I finally came up with this strategy, and it's starting to make money. Like, what?
Right.
Like, just copy people, man. That's what successful people do. It's called duplication. Duplication. Be duplicatable. If I look at your results, man, they should just be duplicatable. Does the 1.5R include partials? It includes everything. Yeah, it just includes all my results. So when all trades are closed and all P&L is locked in, as of right now, that's where it stands. So I didn't export my last 2 trades in yet, which are 2 good winners here too. So that'll probably pump it up a little. Usually you catch me around like 70% win rate. My daily win rate's always high because, like the last video I posted about 1 to 2 trades a day, typically if I take 1 or 2 really good trades, I'm done. I'm not going to give that money back, right? I hate going from green to red. So typically I usually have a pretty high daily win rate. And this just means, when you're green, how often are you staying green, right? So 86% of the time, if I'm green, I ain't giving that back. I ain't giving that back. Like today, ain't no shot the market's getting that 1,700 back. No shot.
Because you're done.
It might get 700 back, right? Max. Maybe I'll risk 700 of it to make another 700, right? But it definitely ain't getting all of it. And it's probably not even getting that 700 because unless we get the perfect setup here, you already know.
What you think of 15 resistance?
Yeah, I mean, the 4-hour is still bearish. The 1-hour has made a top wick. I don't really like the sells, to be honest. I don't, because, just because we got the 1-hour support here now. And, like, you see how everything's following suit? First, you get the 15 closure, right, and the move up. And then after that, the next time frame gives you the support, right? And then you potentially move up. And now the 1-hour may follow, right, and now give you the 1-hour support. So you see how it's kind of following time frame by time frame, and if all goes well and price does want to continue bullish here today, you'll get that 1-hour closure. So I think the 1-hour closure here really dictates on where price goes over the next hour or two. Yeah, because you want to go long here too, right? But it's a little overextended. If you want to go long, you want to wait for the 1-hour to close, give a bottom wick, and now you got a brand new fresh support there to take advantage of. But yeah, we'll see. Price can go either direction here.
Literally.
Because at the same time, the 1-hour can say, I don't care about that resistance or support, and I want to go down, right? And it could just say screw it, screw that support. But
we're either gonna move up or down.
Do I still talk to Uncle Scalp? Yeah, sometimes, here and there. Here and there. Yeah, man. A good old Uncle Scalpy.
Scalp.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a couple months. I'm trying to golf with him at some point when I go back up north. Uncle Scalp's doing good. He actually became a NYPD. So he actually became a New York City police officer. So that's what he's up to.
Good for him.
He's got the gun. He's got the badge. He's doing it up.
Careful with that gun though.
And that badge.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got crude oil inventories here too. Got some news coming in. So we'll see. He's Uncle Scott. Uncle Scott's breakdowns. Yeah, we're gonna start doing those breakdowns in video form now on the website. For anyone who's in the clubhouse or anything like that, you'll have access to those. Yeah, we used to just do them like drawing them out, but now we're gonna do them like we're gonna vocalize it, do a video of it too. Yeah, that's true. That's fire, Jayski. Fire, dude. Good work. 70% win rate, 80% daily win rate, 1.8. Kind of looks like mine, right? You think Jayski's following the system, anyone? What's the chances Jayski's following the system with these results? I wonder. He can't be following the system. He must be doing something else. Average winner 460. Nice, dude. Great job. Good work. Good work. Just YOLO trading. He's got to be over risking and over leveraging. He's got to be. Bump. Oh, what we got here? Oh yeah, so here's some of Magnus's. So there's some trades that Magnus just recently took, all broken down. So you know how we used to do them in Discord? By the way, you guys are more than welcome to go to that Discord channel, because there is a lot of really good information in the Trade of the Day channel. We just haven't really updated it, right? But now we're going to start updating it through video form. So I think that's going to be a little bit better. But for those that don't know, we have this channel in our Discord where these are all of my trades broken down, like to the T, with great explanations. Scott would do these for us, take his own time out of his day and mark these up for the community. So very similar, trades that we're taking today. you know, that we were doing back then. So you guys can go check these out, right? This is where we would jump early. Who remembers when we would go try and call the top here on gold and short it? And now we know not to do that, right? Now we wait for a second bearish closure to close below, and then we take our trades. But these are all learning, you know, learning opportunities. Same thing. Look, China, who do we think we are trying to call the top, right? Crazy, crazy. But yeah, I would highly recommend checking these out. All really good. We'll show you where we close partials, when we enter, why we enter, what the trade was about, what led up to the trade, all that. So very, very informative stuff here. Little celery play we lost on. Yeah, so check them out. Check them out. All in the Discord here. Yeah, and now if you're in the clubhouse, you'll have access to all this too. So basically it's that, only in video form now. The good old days, baby. Yeah, better days are on the way. Better days are here. I thought the celery never lost. Yeah, I wish. I'm so happy and grateful now that my yearly income is now my monthly income. Amen, brother. Amen. I received that. Do you only stream New York session? No, we stream every session, just not on YouTube. We do it in what we call the clubhouse. So that's more like a premium channel here in the Discord. And that's where you get all the live sessions, all the trade breakdowns. There's a full course in there. There's about 100 hours of webinar material as well. So it's everything you need. Everything you need to be a profitable trader. Whether you like it or not, the information's there. It's just about going through it and digesting it, understanding it, and, you know, applying it. What channel are they in? They're in the trade of the day. See it right here, trade of the day. It's underneath like trading. Yeah. Oh, did we get some desk setups today? I think we did, right? Yeah, let's take a look. Let's take a look. Oh, snap. He's green on the day. He's green. My man. Hey, where'd that go? Let's see what we got here. Let's see what we got. Oh, snap. Let's go. Multiple screens. Multiple screens. Oh, only two? Only two of you guys? I was expecting like 20. If you guys want to show us where you're trading from, your battle station, post it in the desk setup channel here. If you guys are passing prop firms and stuff, we would love to recognize you and celebrate you. So anyone who has passed firms or even had success and gotten payouts, you could post them right here. Would love to recognize you. If you guys are reading any good books, post them in here. Books have by far been one of the best pieces of of my journey, right? Have ultimately changed the course of my life through reading books. Back in 2020, back when I was about 23, 24 years old, in 1 year, or about a year and like 15 months, I read about 100 books, and that ultimately changed my entire life. Allowed me to shift my paradigm, get me on another level of frequency, to be honest, and nothing has ever been the same. Yeah, so good books, man. Good books. Good books. My favorite book is, I love reading from the Bible, but my favorite book outside of that would probably have to be The Magic of Thinking Big. Yeah. So, yeah, show us what you got going on. You guys could post your trades and all that if you guys want to hang out in the Asian, London, New York channels here, and then this is the clubhouse. So once you join the clubhouse, you have access to all this plus everything that we got going on the website.
Fire, ton of value.
Lots of value. Hundreds of hours of pre-recorded content too, behind the doors of the clubhouse. Show us my desk setup. I actually don't have a picture of the one here right now, but I think I posted my last setup in there. Any good prop firm? I would say top one trader be my recommended prop firm. Use code TTE. They'll give you like 40% off. They'll include those 2 add-ons in there for free as well. And yeah, just go to work. They pay out fast. They pay out within an hour, less than an hour, which is amazing. So some of you guys are starting to see the payouts coming quickly with Top Step or Top One. Just amazing. Just amazing. Johnny Gems, what's your favorite book?
What'd you say?
What's your favorite book? I think
Favorite
both
book?
John and mine favorite book is the Bible. We love to read the
Yeah.
Bible. We love gaining wisdom. We love looking at it from multiple angles too, and not just the one that the priest or the pastor gives you, but just multiple angles, and really just trying to see what the Lord's trying to speak to us in this season of our life, and really the hidden word, the messages behind Jesus' words and the teachings and whatnot.
Yeah.
So that is by far our favorite book. We love diving into that independently as a group and all that. But what's your favorite book outside of that?
I would say either Outwitting the Devil or Think and Grow Rich, probably.
Yeah.
What about you?
I would say The Magic of Thinking Big, but I always keep
Yeah,
the
that one's
Outwitting
fire.
the Devil nearby. Because this book right
Outwitting the
here,
Devil,
one of the
yeah.
most powerful books I ever read.
Yeah. I don't know. Outwitting the Devil kind of simplified things for me a bit.
It did.
Just gave me everything I need to know.
Yep. Basically, the scheme of things in Outwitting the Devil is if you know your why, the devil can't touch you. If you're focused on what you're trying to accomplish, he can't get in your way. But if you're just lazy and you have all this time, like an empty calendar is the devil's workshop, they say, right? Idle time's the devil's workshop. So I keep my calendar booked, right? But most people don't.
Well,
So they call them drifters, where you just kind of flow right into the everyday 9 to 5, paycheck to paycheck, normal way of living. I mean, that's what the enemy wants. He wants
Just
you dumb,
conforming.
broke, and stupid. You know what I'm saying?
yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Your
conforming.
thoughts control you instead of you controlling your thoughts.
Yeah. The Power of Now. I've actually never read that book, but I've heard good things about it. The prop firm name is going to be Top One Futures. So you go to top1futures.com. If you put code word TTE in, you'll get 40% off any account that you buy, whether it's instant funded or just the regular evaluations. How long did it take me to see profits? I would say close to 3, the better of 3 years. Yeah, and I didn't see a dime, man. Not a dime, nothing. So in the beginning, I started my own accounts and my own money, and did the whole $500, $500, $500, $1,000, $1,000, all that stuff. And then eventually, I got a little bit better at trading, but was still nowhere near profitable. And I started, looking into the prop firms, and that's when I would buy the accounts, and I'd fail account after account after account. I probably failed about 40 accounts in a very short period of time. And then, yeah, something just clicked. Something changed. I knew that this wasn't going to work if I never got responsible about it. My why got deeper too, right? We had a baby and stuff, or we were about to have a baby. So I just locked in. I said, basically what I'm telling you guys to do. You know what? You just got to get sick and tired of yourself and making those stupid mistakes over and over, and starting the day great and ending it bad. It's not a fun way to live. It's not a fun way to trade, and it's not profitable, right? And I'm here to be profitable, make money, support my family. So, you got to lock in on what's important, and you got to stop treating this like a game and a hobby, and really start treating it like work and a business. And yeah, I developed that mindset, stuck to 1 to 2 trades a day, started trading like a business, and eventually the profits started to come.
Yep.
Yeah.
I feel like, don't you think, Nick, people sometimes have the wrong idea about profitability, being profitable in trading? They expect to just be green every day or every month.
Yeah, you
Like,
can't
just
expect that.
never lose a trade again, type stuff.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. Like, it's just, you just gotta be consistent with sticking to what works. Like Nick said, and you're gonna have red days, green days. You're just gonna have more green days than red days. You may still make mistakes here and there. Doesn't mean you're a terrible trader, but like the less you make those mistakes and the more you stay consistent with what works, I mean, that's gonna lead to profitability.
Yes, sir. Oh, DAX. Yeah, I've seen the German 40 charts. Yeah, I had a guy I was working with in the elite program. He loved German 40. People believe in God only when they're doing well, but when they're not. Yeah, I agree with you. I agree. The only thing is I didn't. I continue to have faith even in the downtime. So it is a different level for me. I've heard the audible voice of God, felt his physical presence. I had experiences in my life, but whatever your opinion is, it's totally fine with me. Totally fine with me. But I do agree with you. People don't care about God when they're doing good, right? All of a sudden they're God, right? It's just when they're bad, when they're doing bad. And I trust me, I challenge people on their beliefs all the time as well, because a lot of people just believe something because someone else believed it, or it's because of what they taught or what they were taught, not because they've had a true encounter, right? A real life encounter with God or so, right? So yeah, I agree with that. I don't see nothing wrong with your opinion there. Yeah, I still use Top Step. Yeah, I've been just trading top one on those streams though. Yeah, my Top Step accounts, I actually haven't traded them in about a couple days. They're all in drawdown from last week or the week before. I might just full port them. Who knows? We'll see.
Full port them.
Am I in a trade? No, we're out of the trade. Yeah, we're out. This was the earlier's trade.
4-hour closure coming up here.
Yeah. What up, Chala? How we feeling?
Chala. What's good, Chala?
I see the meetup here. Yeah, if anyone's coming to the meetup, looking forward to seeing y'all. It's going to be a good time.
Can't wait.
It's like trading gets you closer to God too, You blow account after account after account. Please, Lord, please, God. You start praying it before every trade. Please, Lord, I know I haven't spoke to you in many, many years before, but I really need you right now. Like, that's not how God works.
Like, damn.
Oh, man. You get real spiritual. Start going into drawdown. All of a sudden, you're like a spiritual guru. Oh, man. Yeah, I'm stoked for the meetup too, man.
What's up, TK? Let's go, bro.
TK. What was the question on NQ? Broke previous 4-hour high, could be moving back up. Yeah, certainly. Let me see that. Oh, wow. Yeah, 4-hour high is broken. Creating support right here in the, look what we did last time. Boom, 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 right? You have a little fake out here. So that's why I really didn't like the sells. I forgot who asked the question on the sells, but you see that? Just played out to the T there, right? Popped into that support and then just popped right back up. So if you're in a trade now that looks something like this, that's tough, right? Because you don't get enough to close partials, right? You just get enough to get in there, and then all of a sudden it's straight back, and draw down there. So yeah, that 1-hour closure is massive here. Just when it looked like the 1-hour close below too, right? Look at that, about to close above. Holy. Lord, if I win this trade, I promise I'll go to church multiple times a week. I'll put the donation in the stupid bin, and I'll never revenge trade again, man. You guys are funny, man. You're on your knees and all that. You're like, you know what? Maybe if I get on my knees, it'll be a little bit more powerful.
Yeah, it's actually manfully.
Am I going to be teaching at the meetup? I think so. I think we're going to do a little bit of teaching, yeah. Just to put some structure to it. And then other than that, it'll just be a hangout. Have a good time, get to know each other, network a little bit, all that. What do you guys think? You guys want a little bit of teaching at the meetup? I'm open for some feedback. Bump. Just give me break even one month. I promise. Once I get back to break even, I'll close this thing.
Please.
All of a sudden, that little line turns green. You're like, oh, maybe the Lord's got something more for me here, you know? And then, bam, straight back to draw down.
Yeah, that's so freaking funny, bro.
You know, the Lord will test you. He really will at every level, too. Every level. Ugh. Yeah, we'll do a little live education. I'm down. Enjoyed your interview at ASFX. Thank you, my friend. Thank you. Glad you enjoyed it. The Lord will test you at every level. Actually, I was tested recently. I had a business idea. I was going to start a prop firm, me and a partner, another great guy, and we got things rolling. We had things in motion. We did all the steps. We did everything it took, right? And then we started to get resistance from bigger companies like Tradeovate, things like that. And during that time that we were kind of in this delay, I kept wrestling with the idea in prayer, you know what I mean? And just for some reason, it just wasn't sitting right with me. And we could have had everything locked in like pretty soon. But I decided not to move forward with it because at the end of the day, the only people this company would benefit would have been me and my partner. That's it. Right? So, and maybe the 2% of traders that actually know what they're doing. Right? But other than that, there was no way that I could find that this actually helped people and serve people, right? And me as an educator and a trader, if I'm educating people how to trade, right? But then they're taking that education and building with my prop firm, and then I'm paying them, right? So essentially I would be teaching them how to take money from me, right? And Seriously. That would kind of be stupid, number one. But also what it would do is it would what happens if the money got so good? Because there's no doubt I could make millions of dollars, right? But what happens if the money started to get so amazing that I said, why am I teaching? Let me hold back on my teaching, right? Let me not teach them everything because they're taking the money from me, right? And what would that be doing? That would be me sacrificing my purpose for profits. And I would never do that, right? That would be me putting profits over people. And that just doesn't sit right with me in my heart, right? So it really wasn't could I have made millions? Absolutely. Could my partner have made millions? Absolutely. But was it serving others? Was it good for anyone else besides me and him? Probably not, right? Probably not. So, and I was telling this to the crew in Asian session, but in a way, that's a way of selling your soul, right? When you sell your purpose for profits, you're selling your soul at the end of the day there, right? Oh, and that's just not something I'm willing to do. And God did test me in that, and He wanted to see, hey, will He move forward with the money, right? Or will He stay where I want Him in His calling, teaching, providing, training others, right? And you got to stand on business, right? So what was so cool is that I prayed on it, continued to get this. And then what's so amazing about my partner is when I shared that information with him, he said, you know, Nick, I fully agree. You know, we're both quote unquote Christian men or, you know, followers of the way and things like that. And he said, you know what, in prayer, I agree. And anytime there's some sort of resistance, right? The Bible says that Wealth comes to a man from the Lord, and he brings no sorrow. He adds no sorrow to it, right? So there shouldn't be much struggle. There shouldn't be much resistance and pushback. So when those things are taking place, that's an opportunity for you to go back into the to the quiet place with the Lord and begin to pray on that. And yeah, I mean, that's basically the feedback I got. And I said, you know what, we're not going to do that. Even if they called tomorrow and said we're ready to go, I would deny that offer, and I will stick to what I'm doing, building people up, speaking life into them, and sticking to my original plan in which the Lord has for me, which is to eventually go out, train up enough killers, enough A-plus traders, start a hedge fund, and now we all make money together. So just sticking to my original plan, not going to deviate, not going to get off track. But, that's just an example of how the Lord can test you at any level, any level. And actually, the higher you go, right, the more the test is relevant, so, yeah.
It's fire.
But we probably could have did it. But I just couldn't find a way where this actually helps people. You feel me?
No.
Like, am I going to take, like...
Clubhouse.
Yeah, exactly.
Clubhouse, like you said, we're educating everyone, and then you're trading the TT prop firm,
Right.
Yeah.
And at the end of the day, like, we know that the companies do not have our best interest in mind, right? That's why we use our skill set to, to gain an advantage, but it just wouldn't sit right with me, so we called it off. So anyone who's been wondering, hey, what's going on with that prop firm that they were talking about and thinking of, that's exactly what went down with it. So, and that just recently happened over the last couple of weeks, and we're both very, very happy with our decision. Oh, 90 pips. Nice job, bro. Nice job. yeah, exactly. Oh, now you're up 100 pips? Very nice, very nice. Can Chinese people open an account with Top One, or people from China? Chinese people or people who live in China? What are the bad habits that held you back, and how long did it take to overcome them? When it comes to trading, it was definitely just trying to get this thing done quick. It was trying to rush the process, force the results, and just try and pass like combines and make money too fast. I think ultimately all the bad decisions stemmed from that, just trying to rush the process and do it too quickly. And that's why I always say, now, like, if I could have gone back, I would have really stopped focusing on the money for the first like 6-7 months, and just focused on learning whatever profitable system was in front of me. And then I think I would have had a lot more traction a lot sooner. But because I spent the first 7 months, and this is my fault, I should have known better at this point in life, but because I spent the first 7-8 months focused solely on the money, I didn't make any, But if I would have spent the first 6, 7, 8 months focused on being good as a trader and learning the skill, then I probably would have made money a lot sooner. So I think, obviously I struggle with over trading, revenge trading, FOMO, all that stuff too. But I think it all stemmed from me just wanting to force the results to happen sooner than they should have.
Focused on the results.
Yeah.
That's why trading is so key, to detach yourself from the money, because every problem in trading, the source of that problem being caused is because you were focused on making money.
Yeah. John, did you take anything here?
No. I wanted the 15 to form a resistance, and I was waiting on the 30 to form a resistance, but that did not wait.
Yeah. I just joined the Clubhouse. Does the session links come to my email? No, they in Discord. Yeah, so you'll see, you should have access now to this channel here in Discord, the Clubhouse. and all the links will come right here in the Zoom link. And then when we do the webinars on the weekend, the webinar links come through right here. So you just click the link and you'll pop right in. If you have any requests, any topics that you'd like to learn about on the webinars, you can put them in here. This is every weekend. We typically do like a 1 hour webinar, whether it be me, Rafi. You'll probably see John and Magnus start to step in there too, here and there. And then if you have any recommendations on topics that you want to see in the course that you haven't seen yet, then you could post it right in here. But the course is up and running. It's on the website. You just got to sign in, and you can have access to it and watch all the videos. But welcome, my friend. Welcome. We're here to help. You know what I mean? So any questions that you have, like, just make sure to get them answered. You know, that's why we have that live chat going, is so we can get our questions answered and, you know, move on with it. If a support forms, would buys be valid on what time? On gold? Goldie? Yeah, I would say yeah, I mean, I would say right now we got, you know, potential resistance. I think if you get a closure above, would be much better. Other than that, you might continue down, right? Because we're somewhat in this downtrend here. So we're probably trying to create resistance to move back down. The 4 hour now closes in 4 minutes. So be careful here for a potential like wick up, and then you know you might get the push. Yeah, the only thing is, see how the 1 hour just keeps. Remember what we talked about, the 1 hour coming down here too? Like look how predictable that stuff is when you get these new closures on these new candles. So anyone who did jump in on the 15, you probably took a loss there, right? And I was trying to kind of save you from that a little bit earlier by telling you how the 1 hour can still drive down here and attempt to fill that wick, just like the 30-minute did and failed, right? Doesn't this wick look very similar to what took place on the 1 hour now? So, but this is all good, whether you won or lost or whatever, jumped in, didn't jump in. They're all lessons. They're all things that'll stack up for a better tomorrow if you're paying attention.
Yep.
If you're paying attention today, you could stack good knowledge and wisdom for tomorrow.
Money.
I want to be able to leave my job and work for Nick. Hey, we might have to send us your resume. info@timetoeattrading.com.
You got this.
Let's see what skill sets you got. Yeah, look forward to having you in there, Bone. Congrats on making a great decision that your future self will thank you for.
Let's go, Bone. W, man. Can't wait to see you in there.
We're open for all sessions. So we got Asian. So after today's session, we'll kick back off at 8 p.m. tonight, Eastern, 8 p.m. Eastern. And then from there, we go Asian, London, pre-New York, and then New York.
Yeah.
If you guys are good oh, by the way, I'm looking for clippers. So for those of you guys that don't know what clippers are, if you guys have seen like videos of, I don't know, who can I use? Let's use Raja or something, right? Most of you guys know Raja, where they're just like videos of, they're not posted by him, but they're clips of maybe his stream or some things that he said, some impactful things. So we are actually currently looking for clippers. So if there's anyone here that has like good skills in editing, that can go through the live streams, take out maybe things that I've said, or John or Magnus or Rafi that we have said that may have been impactful or inspiring, then you know, we got a job for you if you're the right person. So the best thing to do would be make a clip, make a whatever you call them, I don't know, an example, and then send it over to info@timetoeattrading.com, and then we'll take a look at them. Yeah, I know I'm going to need help with the clipping for probably TikToks and what's it called, YouTube Shorts.
Like Reels, yeah.
Yeah, I don't need your resume. I'm just kidding. I probably wouldn't even read the resume. Just send me some examples of the work. Can you tell me the schedule for the clubhouse? Yeah. So let me break it down here. So clubhouse schedule. So we'll start with the Asian session. So Asian sesh goes from 8 p.m. and I'm going to use Eastern time frame here. 8 p.m. to 10 p.m. Eastern, 10 p.m. So EST. Right? So that's Asian, and then typically you'll see Nick and John. And then, in that, Asian's pretty chill, right? So you'll get TK will be in there, Green will be in there, sometimes C Melly will pop in, Rafi. It's a pretty chill session, right? Kind of all just hanging out, bouncing ideas around, taking trades. So that's the Asian session. Then the London session starts up, and that starts at 1:30 a.m. Remember, Eastern, right? And that goes till about 4 a.m. So solid session here. Right, and then that's going to be ran by Magnus. You're also going to have me. You'll have George VDM in there holding it down. Aaron will be in there. Another great group of guys in there, just holding stuff down. So from 1:30 pre-London all the way till 4 a.m. we'll be in there, just having some great conversation, just like we do here on YouTube. Plus, looking for trades and waiting on trades. And the next one is pre-NY. So you got pre-NY there, and that's going to be from 6 a.m.-ish to about 7, what would you say, John, 7:15? If there's a trade and we're waiting on something, this could kind of move right into the New York session. So basically 6 a.m. till about 7:15, but if there's trades, looking like they're going to happen, this will extend a little bit. So, and then obviously that's hosted by Johnny Gems, and then sometimes I'm in there, sometimes you'll have Rafi in there hanging out too, and then you got the New York session, and that's going to be here, and that goes from 8 a.m. to 11, and again, that'll be Nick and John. Yeah, so that's pretty much the schedule, Monday through Friday, or Sunday through Friday, and then every weekend there's webinars. So every Saturday we do about a 1 hour webinar on all different type of topics. Yeah, so we got a lot of motion there. Got a lot of motion, seeing the charts really well, and holding each other accountable.
Sir.
Montage, yeah, holla at me if you guys can do that for me. info@timetrading.com.
I would say too, the best part about the clubhouse, again, not only the great education with the course and stuff, but the community. The community is a community of winners, right? And if you're in the clubhouse, you're gonna be hanging out with the community a lot, if you're in the clubhouse. So the people you hang with, you become, right? So when you're hanging around winners, you'll become a winner too. So I think that's one of the biggest, powerfulest thing about the clubhouse, the community, being around winners. You eventually become a winner as well. And when you're around winners throughout your journey, you may go through some adversity or something like that. Being around winners, will keep you doing what winners do, no matter what you're going through the journey. So yeah, I think the clubhouse, the best part about it is the community itself.
It's pretty hard to be a loser when you hang around winners all day, I'll tell you that.
Exactly. That's the point. Yep.
Losing trade in London? No, I didn't trade London today. Yeah, I jumped on, but it looks like they had closed in profits, I think, before. So I jumped on, said what up, seen how price was looking, and just decided to not even trade it.
You always miss London on the best times, the best days to miss it.
After the trade, yeah. I was already green from Asian too, so I didn't really mind. What we're looking for on gold. Let's do a fresh top-down analysis here on gold real quick and see what's happening, right? So daily time frame, again, beginning to reject that area here. I think that rejection's being led by the 4-hour chart, right? 4 hours trying to move down. I think it's safe to say we can use a pullback on the 4-hour chart, right? We've been moving up for such a long time. It would be awesome to get some sort of a pullback, maybe even down into these zones here, right, where you kind of have a little retest and then begin to push back up. So I could definitely see the 4-hour coming down. The only issue now with this current 4-hour candle here is the no top wick, right? So you got no top wick on this candle here. Let me point to it right there. So I would expect that candle to make a top wick. I wouldn't probably enter without it because we're just so sketchy and bullish here that price can come up at any time. The fight on the way down is maybe not worth it for me, right? I don't know if it's worth it to battle through all of this on the left-hand side just to get some profits here, right? It's going to be very tough to get through all that. But yeah, we'll see, especially with no top wick here. So I think the 30-minute gives you what you're looking for, which is some security in this range. And if you get closures above or below, I mean, that's probably where you're going to get a move. But the price action is not looking the greatest to the downside. Look at this, right? Or to the upside here. So not looking that good according to price action, right? Because if you do take sells below here, right, now you run into all this, right? And if you do take buys above here, you begin to run into all the chop here. I think the longs look a little cleaner than the shorts here, but it just, I don't know where price wants to go right now, right? 4 hours not really giving us the best story. No top wick. The 1 hour is really confusing, right? The 1 hour gives us no information here. The 30-minute gives us a little bit of a range, but again, above and below, it's really not that clean. Yeah. I already finished watching Into the Wild. It's so good. What else do you recommend? W, brother. Yeah, what a good movie, Into the Wild, man.
Yo, bro, we should watch that this weekend.
We should watch it like right now. Just watch. You guys want to watch that movie on stream?
Yeah, it's mad funny, bro.
I never watched a movie with like 500 people before. Have you?
You got work, tell your boss you can't come in. It's movie day.
I would say
for real.
Jerson, I would probably like them better to go on like Instagram stories and TikTok. So what is that, vertical? Yeah, I think if I had to choose one or the other, I'd rather it that way. What videos do I want clipped? I don't know. That's the thing. That's why I need a clipper. I need a clipper that's willing to kind of go through the streams or even watch them live and just say, man, that would have sounded really good in a clip. You know what I mean? And just and the person who does get the job, I'll make it easier for you. Anytime I feel like I said something worthy of it, I'll just hit a little button on my stream deck and it'll send you the time in which it was said on the stream, and then you can pull it from there. But I want to see y'all get creative first. You know what I mean? I want to see you guys create the videos.
Get creative.
But the job is open for those that have the skill set. I just want the best. You know what I mean? I want someone who's really good and who's gonna make them look good and sound good. And I just want the best one out there. Yeah, please. If you guys do like want to apply, just send your best clips. It doesn't have to be today. You could take a couple, a day or two to like kind of put something together. But send it over to info@timetoeattrading.com. How come I don't stream Power Hour? I'm just like active in my day. You know what I mean? So like day trading or whatever is just one piece of my life. So I got other things going on. Usually, sometimes if I'm home, I'll trade Power Hour or look to trade it. But other than that, I'm usually out and about, moving and grooving, living my life during the day. So typically that's why I can't commit to streaming it because I just got things to do. But it would be a cool stream. Maybe what we can do is eventually find someone else within the clubhouse that steps up and wants to trade something like Power Hour. And usually the only people that I have up there right now would be people that come through the elite program, just because I know them really well and their thought process and their mindset, and I actually see their trading results. So it would probably have to be someone from the elite program or just someone else who I can sit with and they could show me their results or whatever.
I could definitely see Power Hour being added in the future.
Yeah, I could see it too.
Yeah.
I think every little tweak and adjustment we've made in the clubhouse up until this point has been a beneficial one.
Oh, yeah.
So once that becomes a benefit and we got the right person to sit in that seat, then I think we could do it.
Yeah. Yes, sir.
I work for Don for some days. Nice, nice. Yeah, send some clips over, bro. I'll take a look at them. Me and TK will look at them later. Yours or SM old clips? What's SM? SM. I'm not sure what SM means. But yeah, I'll take new or old. New, old doesn't really matter to me. If you guys go back to the old streams, there's so many gems on those old streams as well.
Yeah, fact, bro. There's probably like more gems.
There's a lot, man.
Some of them.
And my thing is, like, not many people are going to go back and, like, there's some impactful things that we say here or that we display here that I think could serve people, right, that may not be on the stream right now or may not just have 3 hours to come back and watch this whole entire stream, right? So if we can get clips from every stream, the best clips, the highlighted points of the stream, and we can impact people with that within a 60-second video, I think that'll, allow us to serve more people, help more people, give more people a better understanding of trading and, how we trade and whatnot. What is power hour? Power hour is from like 2:30 to like 3:30, and typically most traders, I think, you will trade NQ during power hour. I don't think I've ever traded gold during power hour, but the NASDAQ really gets ripping around. So yeah, people will trade like NQ, ES, US 30, those type of pairs.
I think what we should do, Nick, too, every now and then, little surprise power hour stream.
Now you down? We pop up with no warning, just link in.
No warning, just at everyone.
How about that, Clubhouse? How about the next time I trade a power hour and I'm home, I'll pop open a Zoom link.
Yeah, and I'll be in there too.
Alright. Hey Nick, I RSVP for the meetup. Yeah, just hit up TK. TK will help you out. Yeah. Yeah, TK should be in the Zoom chat right now, I think, too. Gold to be that power.
I'm gonna dedicate straight to NASDAQ. I'm not even gonna really look at gold. I'm just gonna dedicate it to NASDAQ those hours.
Yeah. Joel, just email us too at info@timedtrading.com. Trade NQ in the Dow. Yeah, that makes sense. The Prather trader. Clipped the whole stream. We got it. We clipped it. Yeah, so gold isn't really giving much of information here, especially on the 1 hour. We're really getting choppy. What up, Traders X? How are you, bro? Good afternoon.
Traders X.
Welcome in.
Good afternoon, bro.
Welcome in. All right, let's look at NQ here, see what's cooking. Oh. Yeah, there it goes. There's your 1 hour closure. Did anyone take the buys? Anyone? That was the 1 hour closure you were looking for there. I'm pretty much done on the day. I'll probably leave it here. 17 hundo. 17 hundo. We'll take it. We don't want to give it back.
Still got Asian session and power hour.
Still got Thursday and Friday here,
Thursday, Friday, facts, bro. So much opportunity this week.
Yeah. All right, give me 1 sec. I'll be right back.
Yo, what's good, chat? So who's trading power hour today? Clubhouse, YouTube, y'all trading power hour? I'm definitely gonna keep an eye out. If I'm around, I'll see what's up in Discord. Let's go. What's up, Dylan? Every day, W, bro. Yeah, I like it. I've been watching the last couple days. Got some really nice volume on NQ during Power Hour. Always active. What's up, Daniel? Let's go, bro. What's up, Bone? Bone will be there. Nice. Wilder will be there. W. Carlos, what's up, my man? Power Hour, Manouche is from 3 p.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern. Yep. Yeah, what's up, Allison? You'll watch. Nice. Yeah, we'll keep an eye out, see what's up. Yeah, I feel that, Q. What's up, brother Q? Yeah, but that's the cool thing about trading too, right? It's like, all right, just gotta whip out the phone real quick and we can make a decision within a 30-minute candle closure. So that's the cool thing about trading. You kind of will know, based on the candle closure, if you're gonna get in trade or not. And all you gotta really do is look at your phone real quick or your computer. And if it's yes, you place your orders. If no, then all right, well, now we wait for another closure. But yeah, I feel that. Nice. Generally trade stocks. Nice, Jen. Maybe, Dominic. Maybe, bro. We'll see where the day takes us.
Oh, trade stocks at Power Hour. Nice. W.
What's up, Sebastian?
Lost internet? I don't think so. Unless you were in that last... Did you take the buy position with us earlier? If you took the buy, we have not taken anything after that, no. Just that one position. Is there any topics that you guys would like me to hit on? Like a 7-8 minute video. I'm starting this new series on my YouTube channel, and I'm just gonna roll around, driving around, giving some thoughts. So like the other day I posted one, the importance of 1 to 2 trades a day. It was a 6-7 minute video. Today I posted a new one, why you should treat trading like a business. It's like 10 minutes. So if there's anything that you guys wanted just to hear my thoughts on, like a 5-10 minute video, I think you could let me know, and I'll make sure to jot it down and cover that topipic. Red
that's
days.
A good one, Sebastian. Red days, bro. You need to do that one.
Red days.
Too many people trying to be too perfect, and because of that, red days, they get to them. But red days are totally fine. Yeah, no, that'd be a mega good video to do.
It wouldn't be something like kind of like talk about the plays or the setups, but more so like a mentality, like something that you would like to hear from a mentality standpoint, because I'll be driving, so I can't draw and stuff.
Well, yeah. I feel like that's true. I mean, that's how most people get affected with red days, is mentally they get affected, which causes them to trade poorly. So I think it is more of a mental thing, handling red days.
Yeah, it definitely is. Red days. We'll lock it in. It in.
Our strategy is designed to give us a few red days, but without that mental, that mental edge in the markets, they could affect you.
Yeah.
Yeah, Traders X. Yeah, we do have to touch more on overextended breakouts as well.
Yeah, so someone asked one lot as the same, explain lots. I think I could do that right here real quick. Lots and contracts. So if you come from forex, excuse me, like you come from forex, so you're used to trading lot sizes, which is like this would equal $10 per pip, right? Or if you traded this would equal $1 per pip, right? Or if you traded this, it would equal 10 cents per pip. So you guys know that, right? So that this is all from forex, where anything to the left of the decimal goes by tens, right? Anything that sits here, it goes by ones. So just the same way. So I want you to forget about this one for now, because honestly you shouldn't even be trading on that anyway if you're trying to make money trading. Let's focus on these two, right? So what happens if the top one, how much should this be per pip? What should that equal? Just so we make sure we're on the same page. Who knows? What should that equal? If I place that lot size right there, how many dollars equivalents to a pip? How many? $10? $10? 10? Yeah. So $10, right? So again, this moves by tens. Now, same thing here. If we were going to do this, what would I be putting on here? Would that be how much money, right? If per pip. That would be $1. Yep, so $1. So now, if I switch this to 4, what would that mean? That would mean that it's now $4 per pip, right? If I switch it to 5, it would be $5, right? So there's a chart that I want to associate with this one, and it's called the MGC. So if we're talking about gold, right? MGC. So just the way you switch this number here, every contract, every one contract on MGC is going to equal $1. Right? So just like you would switch your lot size here to 4 or to 5, and it stays $1 a piece. So if you switch this to 2 to 3, right, it'll equal $2, $3, and so on. So if you want to play on this playing field, which is you want to size in by dollars, then you want to use the MGC chart. Now, if you want to use, like in this case, what we use, like we call them one lots, right? So if you're on the one lot level, then you go to the GC chart, right? So on the GC chart, it's the same as the one lots, right? So now every contract here, every one contract equals $10, right? So now what happens if I switch this to 7? That'll equal what? $70, right? So depending on which one you want to use, if you're coming from forex, if you're used to using like this type of lot size, then I would recommend coming into futures and using the MGC chart. If you're a little bit of a, higher risker and you normally use like 1 lots, 2 lots, 3 lots, then I would just stick to the GC and trade it like that. Does that make sense? If you're still at your break-even point and making some profits, how to get over that bridge? Analyze all the losses. So you're at break-even, right? So that means you made 5K, right? But then you lost it, right? So you made 5K and then you lost 5K. So you come out with 0, which is break-even. So you're obviously doing a really good job because you brought 5K in. The issue now is you gave it back. So the question now becomes how, why, and where am I giving the 5 grand back? So in order to figure that out, you're going to have trades, right? These are going to be your trades. And then you will have winners and losers, right? So let's say you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 winners, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 losers. So you want to examine these and see, hey, am I breaking the plan at all? Is there something common happen, right? Sometimes you might not even be breaking the plan. Sometimes you might just be taking trades that don't make sense. Like we were taking overextended trades at times, right? So we were losing a lot of money. We were bringing money in, but some of it was going out due to just the positions that we were getting into, right? Even though they were playbook positions, they were either, the candle was too big, or the support wasn't close enough, or something was off about it. And then you try and find the commonality, right? And little by little you start to eliminate these losses, and you try and find losses that you could say were unnecessary, right? So looking back at them, and this is why it's so important to journal your trades, track your trades, and then go over and review them at the end of every week or two, because when you're in the moment, you're very emotional, you're very in the moment, right? But if you take all these trades and you do a 2-week evaluation, right? In 2 weeks, you're not going to feel the same emotions that you feel right now. So that means in 2 weeks, you can look at all this data clear-headed with logic, and you can really admit to yourself whether or not you should have been in some of these losses or not. And then if you can find the ones that you're like, I could have stayed out of that one, I could have stayed out of that one, stay out of those ones for now on. And maybe you don't get the whole 5K back, but maybe you bring 5K in next week or next month, and this time you only lose 2.5K of it instead of the whole 5K, right? And now you're actually in a profit. So that's really all it takes. If you're break even, I know you got what it takes to make money because you're making it. It's just now you gotta develop what it takes to keep the money, and that's gonna happen through, reviewing your data. And if you can get somebody else to get a second set of eyeballs on it, it would be perfect, because then they could look at your trades not from your perspective, but from just their own general perspective.
Yep.
Just make sure they have results that you want, before you ask them.
Best advice on break even, bro, that you're gonna get.
Yeah, because look, when you tell me you're a break-even trader, what I hear is you're a profitable trader that can't keep the money. That's what I hear. So when I hear someone's a break-even trader, I believe that they know what they're doing. It's just at that point they're letting it go. So where's the money leaving? Where's the holes at? So that'll just pop up, and you'll find it through your data. Your data doesn't lie, right? So it doesn't matter if I know someone or not. If I look at their data, it tells me everything I need to know on how to on what direction to point them. Yeah. Highly recommend journaling your trades, man.
Hell yeah.
You don't
That's like
get
key
this.
to your success.
Yeah,
Your
you don't
success
get
is
this.
crucial to that, without that.
It really is, because you don't get the information if you don't review the chart. So you can do this process, which is mundane and boring and no one wants to do it, or you could just spend money on new accounts and hope that maybe tomorrow will be your day, or maybe next week will be your day. And you can live in hope and wish, while the other consistent traders live in logic and live in reality of what's actually happening. This is a false reality, right? You're just spending money on accounts, not looking at this information, therefore you're not going to learn how to do it better. It doesn't really matter what it is you're doing. You have to observe it and then learn how to do it better. No one's going to be good at new things, right? Very rarely is someone really good at something their first time doing it. So why would we think that would be the case with trading? It's so funny. It's so funny. Even if you were, we could use such an example as a skateboarder. If I get on a skateboard, I'm not going to know how to do it the best. I'm probably going to fall, hurt myself. But if I record it and I get someone else who knows how to skate, and they teach me, and I work with them for a little bit, and I watch my mistakes, eventually I'm going to learn how to become a better skateboarder, right? So it's not just trading that you need to do this. It's everything in life.
It's facts, bro.
Yeah. W. So if you're at the break-even stage, that's something that you want to really start to dive into. We did a whole webinar. I think we did two parts to it of journal. I think it was one part actually, journaling your trades. Such an important webinar. Such an important webinar. I kid you not only myself, but I've also seen many other traders go from break even, not knowing why, to extremely clear about their results and being overcoming the break even stage and just becoming profitable. Just off of journaling their trades serious, because journaling your trades is a domino, it leads to a domino effect. And it also gets you curious about your trades, right? If you're going to journal them, you probably want to go back and look at them. So it just gets you interested in what's happening. And it's one that I think most traders definitely need to do. Are there exceptions out there? Of course, right? There's always going to be some guy who never journaled his trades, who's became a millionaire, but that's one guy. Right? So the majority of people most likely need to journal and focus. Oh, day in the lives? Yeah, I could do those. I'm looking for a good editor that I can talk with and make moves with quick. Should I get the Ashton Hall bowl of water and all that? This is how I start every morning. Yeah, every morning starts like this. Yep. I never miss a head dunk, a face dunk. Improper sizing. Yeah, that does it too. Yep. How do you know when to scale up your account size? Is there usually like you'll feel it like you'll feel it the next level coming. So it's like, okay, now that I've gotten used to the 50K, I've trained my eyes for the numbers of the 50K. Because like some people, they'll go from a 50K account to a 400K account. And like that's just devastating because now they're looking at what used to be, 200, 300, 400, 500 in drawdown to now it's 2,000, 2,500, 3,000, 4,000 in drawdown. So that can really get someone to quake. So you just got to warm up to it. Just warm up to it. Start small and then work your way up. Yeah, I would advise to maybe get a 50K, do it right, pass it, get payouts, get comfortable there, and then get uncomfortable again by moving up to 100K. The mouth tape. Come to Dubai? I might be coming to Dubai soon. Soon. Dubai's definitely in the picture.
Oh yeah.
I can't say any more about that, but Dubai might be a vibe here in the next couple months. What's your advice on someone that's about to stop trading? Like encouragement or my advice? I mean, why are you going to stop? Most likely you're going to stop because you're not doing well, but why are you not doing well? So I think it comes with a series of questions of why first. Why are you not doing well? Well, because I'm overtrading. Well, why are you overtrading? Well, because I want to make money fast. Well, why do you want to make money fast? Well, I'm tired of my job. Why are you tired of your job? Well, I don't want to wake up and I don't like the people there. Okay, so now let's use those reasons to buckle down, to take the next 6 months, right? Tough it out, right? If you really don't like it that much, then you will commit to a process that will get you out of that job, right? If I say, hey, in the next 6 months, if you did this, that, and that, you have a 90% chance of leaving that job, right? So you got to use those whys and flip them and use them into your as your advantage, right? Because let's say you don't ask those whys and you just quit. Does that make your life any better? Does that make your job any better? Does that make your circumstances any better? Your situation any better? Probably not. Right? Probably not. Now there's just no more hope. So now you stay in that same situation, but you got no more hope. Right? So I would never encourage anyone to quit. If you started something, let's finish it through. Let's be successful. God didn't bring you here for no reason. To hear all this over the last 4, 5, 6 months, year, 2 years, just for you to go back to a job. I really believe that there's a blessing on this community and the people that come in and out the live stream. That's why I pray for you guys, right? That come in and out the live stream. So if you're here for a reason. And I wouldn't advise anyone to quit. I would say keep going. Keep going. You might just surprise yourself. And, every winner was once a loser that just didn't quit. So if you don't quit and you really focus, then you can make this. But don't lie to yourself. If you're not going to commit, then quit. Right? Because you're either all in or you're all out. There's really no in between. Especially if you're trying to get something like this done and become a financially free person and financially independent, you're either all in or you're all out. Right? So I would just pick a side and get to work.
Plan B is plan A.
It's like Mr. V would say, you're either pregnant or you're not. There's no, you're either all in or not. You're either committed or not committed. So, and life always rewards the committed individual. Do I recommend futures or forex? Futures. But forex ain't bad, you know what I mean? I did that for a few years too. Also, I would advise you, John, maybe you could pull that picture up of the guy looking for the diamonds. I'd love to show you that picture too. So for anyone, yeah. So for anyone who's struggling,
Chat, someone send it in.
Yeah, if someone could send that one in, that'd be dope.
I don't have it actually.
if anyone is struggling, I mean, you got to commit. If you're committed, then, you shall get the reward, right? Just like if you commit to planting a garden, like if you do the necessary steps, I mean, there's no doubt going to be, fruit in that garden. So it's just all about, will you commit? And you can tell me you committed, or you could tell the chat you committed, but only you know if you're really committed. So if we followed you around with a video camera every day for the next week, would we see a committed individual that we could say deserves success next year? I don't know. Only you know that. So just act like there's a camera around all the time, and you got to prove yourself whether or not you're all in or all out. What is this, gold? Yeah, gold. Yeah, these longs actually looking really good. Bum, bum, bum. Can't build trust with the system with no data. Yeah, and Rob Trades speaks from experience. Like, without going too deep into his story, he came into the elite program as a great trader, knew what opportunities to look for, knew what to trade, but at the same time just didn't have any data, right, backing any of that up. So you're obviously going to lack a little bit of confidence when you can't see what's actually happening. So once he I think that was the big thing with you, Rob, was like you were doing everything perfectly, and then it was just that once I spotted that, I'm like, this guy's not tracking his trades. Like, okay, that's why. Because I'm like, why isn't this guy profitable? Like, he's doing everything it takes. Like, he knows what to look for. He's got a good mindset, good mentality. He's committed. He's not really doing that much stupid stuff. But he just didn't have any data, right? Therefore, you can't really get too confident at that point. So I found that was his weak point, and we emphasized it, right? We talked about it a lot, and it wasn't even the very next session that we had that he started journaling his trades. It was like it took a session or two or three for him to really say, hey, look, I've finally committed to what we're talking about journaling the trades, and the results are like day and night. It's crazy. And like, obviously as a trader, you're always going to go through a little ups and downs. That's just part of the journey. But at this point, I would say there's more ups and downs than downs, and that's a beautiful thing.
Yep.
Yeah. How many trades did I take? I took 2 trades today. 2 trades. One here in the New York session, and then one in Asian. Yeah, the trade taken in New York was right here. So took a buy off of this candle here. All right, we create boom. Something like that. And so that was the move here in New York session that we took. And then the other move was where was the other move? Asian. Wait, up here, right? I think it was this one here. No. Asian, right here. Yeah, right here. So this trade here, so took a buy on this, so same deal. See how the support was formed here? Support formed here, and then took a buy. The full target was up here, but the partials, so this is what that trade looked like. So partial TP was right here at that wick fill, and then that was the move up. So got in on this candle here, this bullish candle, rode it up, closed partials, price came back, hit the rest of it at break even. So that was trade 1, and then trade 2 was same exact concept here. Break of the highs, pushed up, whatever, break even or whatever, and then came back. I see crazy things flying. Oh, snap. What do you see? What do you see? Keep it serious. Yup. Where's Magnus? I don't know. He must be walking or something.
Magnus check? Yeah, I don't know. At the beach. Yeah, man, I think I might call it now.
Where are you going, John? Keep
What
the
am I
day in the
gonna
life
do?
real. Yeah, I will. I won't do no like, hey man, this is every day of my life, and just have a whole thing planned out or whatever. I'll just do whatever. Yeah, I'll make a bunch of them.
Yeah, bro, what you doing? You waiting for a 30 closure here?
Nah, I'm done. I'm done.
Yeah?
I think I'll wrap it up here. Keep the profits, stay green here today,
Likewise.
and move forward.
Likewise, bro.
Anyone clipping that? Yeah, did anyone clip that? I mean, you got a good. Oh yeah, here it is. Here it is. Thank you, DeMarco. Yeah, so if you're thinking about quitting, just think about this.
Always think about it.
Just think about that. Anytime I thought about quitting, I always thought about that right there. Always, always, always. Yeah, it's hard to quit when you know, hey, maybe the very next day could be my day.
Right.
Had no data on paper. Yep, there you go. Exactly. Now you're like, hey, what would I do without this data?
Right. Data equals confidence.
What's a good way to journal? I would use either TradeZella, or I would use something like a Excel spreadsheet journal. So I have one that you guys can use. It's completely free to use. Go ahead and use that. I used that one for 2 or 3 years, but I would always screenshot your trade before and after. I would try and get the 4-hour time frame, what that looks like, a little screenshot, and then I would get the entry time frame before and after. So if you have those two pictures along with the bias and the move and the idea written down, then I think that'll help out a lot. It's good to always see where the 4-hour was though when you took that trade. Loving the new series. All right, yeah, we're gonna keep them going. Yeah, I'll get a few more pumped out pretty soon. Good lot size for NASDAQ with a 10K funded account. I would probably stick to like the MNQ and go pretty low on a 10K. Screenshots good for data. Yeah, screenshots are excellent for data. But you also want to just like jot down some of the little details that you want to remember. Because if you just look at the screenshot, then there may be some important things that you have to remember. Because if you only look at your trades like once a week, let's say on the review, right, you may not remember something from Tuesday when you're reviewing it on Saturday or Sunday. So the more information you can leave yourself, the better. Tell that story to my daughters. Yeah, smart. He's got it handy. Let's go. Green Day, see you in London. W, Connor. Which is better for backtesting, TradingView or FX Simulator? I think I like the Simulator a little bit better. Yeah, Simulator probably better just because it's more flow. Like it's just got a nice flow to it. Looks like gym time. Yeah, possible celery entry. Yeah, maybe here on this. You got to close above here though. Yeah, let's see how the closure goes down in 3 minutes. I'm getting an instant funded, but need to make 8% for the first payout. It has a 25% consistency. Yeah, the consistency is actually not that bad. Yeah, 25% ain't too bad. Yeah, just make sure you stay with it. W, Manny, look forward to seeing you in there, bro. Looking forward to it. Do I recommend Ninja Trader? I've never used them, so I wouldn't have a good answer for that. Can you still do a celery without a top wick? Yeah, just know that it's not the best, right? Just keep in mind the best celery play looks more like this. So let me give you the attributes of it, right? Like you have a bullish closure. If this candle can have a steep wick on it, that's much better, right? And then followed by the bearish closure. And the bearish closure, you want to see like a weak body, small top wick, steep lower wick. That right there is your perfect celery play. So I would say is if you can get it as close to that as possible, that's where you want to size up. If it doesn't look like that, then you may want to size down just a little bit. But that's the perfect one right there. So you see how this one doesn't have the greatest top wick. It also doesn't have this wick here, right? So there's a little minor things about this one that I don't like compared to the ideal celery, which would be right here. Yeah, see this wick here? You want that wick too, because that gives you basically a runway, right? A runway to say, okay, that's where we can go break even or even close partials once we fill that wick there. So I always like having that wick. You can't go over 25% in a day, correct, per account. So you could have multiple accounts, but you can't go more than 25% on one of them. Copy trading on top one, it's easy. You just go over here, copy trade it, go to copy trading, and then just hook the accounts up. It's very simple. Very simple, very simple. Yesterday I traded a breakout, and after it formed a celery. What would you do? I would take the celery too. I would take the celery in that.
All right, Nick, I'm gonna head out here now.
I knew you were gonna say that. I was just waiting for Johnny Gems to say that.
I was waiting for you to finish.
I was just gonna keep going and going and going.
I knew you were.
He's over here rubbing his head, scratching his head, like, I gotta get my.
Nick be doing it on purpose sometimes. Try if you catch that.
Oh,
yeah, bro.
Man. Anyways, how do you unlearn to? No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah. Yeah, waiting for the 15 closure, anyways. So.
Damn, that 15 closing. He was like, all right, man, gotta go. Sheesh.
I said, bad, no trade.
Couldn't wait another second, eh?
I'm done with gold today. I'll look at NQ though the rest of the day.
All right, brother. Sounds good, my man. I'll let you.
Bro.
I'll stop yapping too, Chad. I'll let y'all go. Enjoy your day.
Hit me up. Hit me up later, bro, so we can keep
yeah,
yapping.
for sure. Yeah.
All right, bro. I appreciate you, my man.
I appreciate you, bro. Great trade this morning,
thanks,
too.
Bro.
All right, man.
What'd you say?
I said great trade earlier.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. You as well, bro. Literally identical.
Yeah. Onion plays, baby.
Awesome. Onions, bro.
All right,
Onions
man.
for the win.
I'll holla at you. You're floating around the stream right now.
See you later. Whoa.
Whoa, watch out, Johnny Gems.
God bless y'all.
See you later.
Catch y'all on Asian.
What?
I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Wait, what'd you say? All right, peace, bro. All right, he's gone.
I said I'll catch y'all on Asian.
Whoa. All right, he's back. All right, peace. Yo, get out of here, bro. I'm about to mute him. Don't come back in here, man. What'd you say? Oh, just have a great day. All right, let's answer a few more questions and then we'll get up out of here, all right? I think a lot of people in the clubhouse heading out. Bags are full. W, gang, W. Yeah, we had a hat trick today, so we had 3 wins in the clubhouse today from Asian, London, pre-New York, and New York. So we did hit the hat trick again. So congratulations for everyone who took those trades with us. Yeah, see y'all in Asian. Let's see here. Yeah, same thing from Think and Grow Rich, yep. He has a really good book called 3 Feet from Gold that I think you would enjoy too. How do you unlearn to relearn? Yeah, I had to do that too. Like, I used to try and jump in with this strategy and then use like the moving average or use the Fibonacci. But what happens is it kind of it like interferes, because you could be looking at a really good trade according to the playbook right now, but all of a sudden like the moving average doesn't line up or something. So it's just one of those things where you gotta just clear the mind, man. Go into a meditation and just clear your mind. Just think about all the other stuff you learned. Just think about it in your mind, and I want you to picture this visualization of a brown paper bag, right? And all the groceries just falling out of it. That's it, man. Just clear your mind, bro. Clear your mind and get ready for victory. And then just say, all right, cool. I'll plant my stake here, and I'm going to unlearn to relearn. I'm going to overcome to become, and I'm going to get this show on the road for my family. Just got to have that dog in you. You know, you just got to have that dog in you. Am I open to meeting other traders in Tampa? Absolutely, man. Yeah, I have stakes with y'all all the time. So actually last week I met up with two TT traders. We had stakes both days. So I'm down. We're also doing a TT, or just a trader entrepreneur meetup in general, on July 5th over here in Tampa also. I want to learn the higher time frame, lower time frame. Yeah, that's major. If you're jumping in the clubhouse, Manny, there's going to be more than enough information for you to actually sit down and digest. Whether there's 2 hours worth of webinar talk on higher time frame, lower time frame correlation. There's also the whole webinar on managing your trade has a lot to do with higher time frame, lower time frame, and then there's the course, right? That kind of breaks it down too. So you'll be well equipped. I would try lag killed me. Yeah, I would rock with the funded, man. You know, I mean, I like trading my own capital too, but if someone else is gonna provide that opportunity, why not take advantage of it? Looking for a strategy that connects with me. Yeah, you got to. Yeah, I think the first strategy or two that I really had, they didn't really connect with me. You know, it wasn't until I found this, where it was a very simplistic approach, and if this happens, then I do that. If that happens, then I do this. It was very straightforward. So it is true. You know, you gotta find something that you jive with. Oh, Magnus took a loss in London. All right, so then we got the Asian, pre-New York, and then the New York for the hat trick. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, I didn't see what happened in London last night. Yeah, but we still got the hat trick from the other trades, the 3 other trades. Are we meeting up for stake? Yeah, we might be in August. Yeah, I'll let you know if I could pull that off. You're outie. All right. Yeah, I think I'm gonna get up out of here too, man. Great day. Great trade earlier. I think that was the only opportunity we really had, right? Because once that 30-minute kind of closed up, it didn't give a bottom wick, and I'm glad we executed when we did there at 8:45. We got a nice trade out of it, and I think that'll do the job here for today. So good stuff. Keep in mind, guys, if you are good at clipping videos, we are looking for someone. So just send in some work to info@timedtrading.com. If you're not doing anything later, check out this new video I posted. I think it'll be pretty insightful and very helpful if you're struggling with your trading a little bit. And yeah, I think that's it, man. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place, same playbook, same approach, same everything. Yeah. We're still green today? Yeah, very nice, very nice. All right, cool. So I'm gonna get up out of here. I hope you guys got something out of today's trade, or today's live stream. If you did, like the stream, sub to the channel. If you're not in the clubhouse and you want to trade Asian and London and all that with us, go to timetoeattrading.com, jump in the clubhouse with us. Your future self will thank you for it later, I promise you that, and we'll see you then. Everyone else, I'll see y'all back tomorrow. Hope you guys have a great day. Glory to the Father on the way out, and blessings, my friends, to you and your family. All right, see y'all later. Peace, G's. Later. See you, Green. My man. Later, gang. Love y'all. Peace.
Say it's holy, can't get this off my lips. You love me with devotion, you don't kid me when I trip. Yeah, I need a sip from the river, just wanna get what you giving. Give me unlimited vision and see through the counterfeit. I want the realest. Where he come from, you can't get that with a PJ. I'm saying your name, but so far from it. Come see the blood in my veins. For me, he bleeding the same. Take this covenant. This is the greatest exchange. At his altar, there's a flame that burns your rubbish. Gave me a cup full of rain. He poured it over every stain until he coming. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Yeah, I just turned a milli down to be home with my son. Y'all don't get it. I can't gain a thing if I've already won. Still don't get it. I was full back when my bank account was none. Cause my God the type to leave the 99 to get the one. This is life or death. I ain't making music just for fun. Glory to your name, Father. I pray that your kingdom come. And when Satan's on my heels, I pray it's Nike with the run. Make my heart beat more like Hezekiah. Say it and it's done. Breakthrough. Lord Jesus, I need breakthrough. I've been doing things that made the Father have to break you. Living in my shame like the potter didn't shape you. But I know even in the storm, the water didn't wake you. The water didn't wake you. And that cross couldn't break you. Yeah, the darkness couldn't take you. Oh, yeah. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame. Glory to the Father. You deserve the praise. Lead me to your altar. Wash away my shame.
Hey, check. Yeah. Whoa. If there's one thing I know, hey, yeah, God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time.
I was lost in the dark, couldn't see no light. Use the pain as a crutch, trying to get through the night. Tried to cope with the smoke, trying to drown it in the drink. But his love pulled me up, made me finally think. God's grace too big, can't fit in no box. Turn my L's into lenses, now I'm watching him unlock doors I never thought would open. More blessings on the way, had to let the old me go, and now I'm walking by faith.
God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time.
Took the chains off my soul, I'm free in his name. All the hurt, all the pain, he just washed it away. I'm built on the rock, I ain't sinking in no sand. Got his word in my heart, I'm secure in his plan. 2025, yeah, I'm coming in strong. Had to step back, reset, now I'm moving along. With the prayers and the faith, I've been laying the foundation. God's good all the time, no exaggeration. Used to question his will, now I'm trusting his way. Even when it gets hard, I got peace in my days. Every tear, every trial, yeah, he's making me whole. Turning struggles into stories, putting fire in my soul. Ain't no going back now, yeah, I'm locked in for real. Got my hands to the plow, I'm just chasing his will. When they ask who I am, I say a child of the king. Living proof of his mercy, God done let his praise reign.
God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time. God is good all the time. If he ain't, then you lying in the rain, in the shine. God is good all the time.
Let go.
Even in the valley of the shadow of death, I can take rest, cause the living God is living in my chest. Every day I wake up feeling blessed, and even if I don't, I see it as a test. Cause I was lost until you found me. Now I know you're all around me. Nothing I could ever do to separate my love from you. You came to set us free. You came to set us free. I am no longer bound. Oh, you came to set us free. You came to set us free. I am no longer bound.
You take the good and the bad and the ugly. Yeah, you turn it around and work it for me. If it's a storm, know the rain's good for me. Run up my cup, lift it up, make it holy. Anoint my head, oh Lord. Let me not forget.